Dave Cash will lead it off. Cash at 267. 2 homers, 23 RBIs, to be followed by Andre Dawson. Boggs coming off a great game in Philadelphia. DRA 5.40. Beat the Phillies 4-0. He pitched against Montreal earlier this year. On his first game after being recalled from Richmond, pitched into the 5th inning. He has no record. He wasn't involved in a decision against Montreal. Bouncing ball. Nice play, Royster at short. Throwing low. Gets away. It'll be an error on Royster. Good throws, got it. Cash hit the ball to Royster's left. He came up cleanly with the ball, but threw low to first. Down at second base. On the error, 2-base error, is Cash. Now Dawson. Dawson at 245. 16 homers, 51 RBIs. Hit a home run here last night. To be followed by Valentine. Boggs with a fastball and a curve, an occasional palm ball. Dawson, a right-handed batter, and the pitch to him is a ball low. One and oh. Valentine on deck. The outfield pulled around to the left. Boggs looks at second, and here's his pitch. Curve, little pop foul out of play. Nolan catching, even though there's a left-hander pitcher. Great catch down to our right. Raises the ball up. He's got his transistor to his ear. We got some good fielders out here. No nets, no gloves. The 1-1 pitch. Here it is. Low. 2-1. Cincinnati in tomorrow. We'll keep you posted today on Pete Rose. Their game starts at about the same time ours does. Larry Christensen's going to try to halt the streak for Philadelphia. Now Boggs with a 2-1. Curve. He didn't go. 3-1. Sherry coaching third. Gardner first. As the Braves try to win this series. They were down last night. Got up off the floor. They were trailing 5-0 and won. 3-1. Swung on. Fly ball right along the line. Matthews should catch it after a long run. He's under it. He's got it. The tag. Here comes the throw. And it will be cut off, and Cash makes third. But an out in right field as Dawson flies there. Now Ellis Valentine. Valentine, 304, 19 homers, 60 RBIs. Hitless last night, but not so on Friday night when he hit 2 home runs, 1 in each game. Field is bathed in sunlight. Boy, we've had some beautiful weather for baseball. We hope that it continues Monday through Wednesday is Cincinnati. All-night games, Thursdays off. Then next weekend, 4 games in 3 days with the Houston Astros. Boggs pitched infield up. Almost hit him. 1-0. One ball, no strike. Here it is. Curve. Did he go? They're going to ask for help on that. They are. And Runge at first says no, he didn't go. 2-0. Minnesota leading New York 2-0 after 3, and Texas scoreless with Chicago White Sox after 1. Nothing to report in the National. Dodgers beat the Pirates last night 2-1. Padres won again. 2-0. Swung on, bouncer slowly, short. Runner held. Here's the throw. Got him. 2 down. Very nicely done, Royster. Now everybody moves back. Two away, Tony Perez a hitter. Perez at 298, 8 homers, and 53 RBIs. Boggs gets his windup back. Cash is at third. Very deep at third is Horner. Boggs looks the runner back, and here's the pitch. Fastball bounce towards deep short, tough play, Royster. Long throw, and it's in time on a hop. How about that? Royster threw a one-hopper. Murphy patiently waiting, and they still made the play from deep in the hole. In fact, he was 5 feet back on the grass. That's the beauty. That saved a run. No runs, no hits, an error, one left. The error did not hurt. Montreal fails to score. Top of the first, and Atlanta is coming to bat.
A Moorish castle by the water's edge. Old world service where meals are not merely served, but presented. A hotel and club where there are actually more staff than guests. This summer, you can get away from it all without going far away. 4 championship golf courses, tennis, water sports, and a lot more. It's all right here at the Boca Raton Hotel and Club. But people vacation at Boca Raton for more than what we offer when they're here. They come for how they feel when they leave. Most people remark how they haven't felt so rested and at peace in ages. And it makes sense, because when you get far away from it all, you get a lot closer to yourself. For reservations or more information, call the Boca Raton Hotel and Club toll-free 800-432-0150 or contact your travel agent. Several summer rate plans are available. The number again to call is 800-432-0150.
Woody Fryman's been around. He's pitched with several major league ball clubs. ERA is 3.74 in 20 games. As an Expo, though, it's a lot better than that, 2.16 in 7 games. He beat the Braves last time out, and it was so close to getting him out of there that they had a pinch hitter in the on-deck circle. Pete Rose is at bat in his first trip at Cincinnati. No balls, 1 strike. Live from Riverfront. If he hits today safely, he comes down here with a chance to tie Wee Willie Keeler. Here's Royster. Royster at 274. 1 homer, 26 RBIs, and Fryman's first pitch. Fastball outside, 1-0. Might have been a breaking ball. Okay, Rose made out the first time up today. Christensen threw him out. So he is 0 for 1. The 1-0. Swung on line, caught by the pitcher. Fryman picked it off on a liner back to the mound. Now Barry Bonnell. Bonnell, who plays against lefties, plays center field, and Office will play against the right-handed pitching. Bonnell at 223. No homers, 11 RBIs. Bonnell, with no homers, that's strange because he can hit a ball. So you look for him to jack up on one of these days. There's a bunt up toward third. Tough play. Parrish throwing. Straight. He beat it out. Beautiful bunt by Bonnell. Parrish handled it well. Did everything that you're supposed to do. Barehanded it through the first. And Bonnell just did beat it. That'll bring on Matthews. Matthews at 284. 11 homers, 39 RBIs. Had a home run here Friday night. Burroughs to follow. One out, one on. No score. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Did it hit him? I believe it did. It did in the elbow. He's not going to rub. I think it's Smarty. Matthews hit the elbow. You got to get hit. You prefer to be hitting someplace where there's a little meat, fat, something. But on that elbow, on the bone, boy, that can sting. 2 on, 1 out. If Rose hits today, you're going to think you're in Grand Central Station in this press box tomorrow. 4 representatives of Nippon Television already slated to be here tomorrow night to follow Rose. And Rose will be the first to tell you. If he doesn't get a hit, well, you don't see as many people, and it's just natural. Inside with a curve. In fact, after he broke the record the next day, he said, "Where are all the reporters?" He said, "Well, when I get up near Joe D, they'll be back." Burroughs takes that curveball just off the hands, 1-0. Not just reporters, radio and TV people, too. The 1-0. Low. 2-0. But if Rose hits today, he goes to tie Wee Willie Keeler here in Atlanta tomorrow at 44. Won't that be something? Can't wait to see him. And the fans in the Southeast can't either. 2-0 pitch Burroughs. Strike on a breaking ball. 2-1. Bunnell's at second base. Beat out a bunt. Matthews at first. He got hit. Horner's on deck. Signed by Carter. Fryman pitching to Burroughs. Inside, 3-1. Another bad one. They're loaded. Three balls, 1 strike. Fryman accepts the sign. Now he steps off and says, "Wind it up again." They got an indicator going with Bunnell looking right over his shoulder. Now he's set. 3-1 pitch. Swung on. Fly ball. Pretty well hit right center. Valentine back. Still back on the track. He's got it. Bunnell tagging comes to third. Burroughs almost had it measured. He was about 5 feet from the fence when he caught it. 2 down. Pause for station identification. This is the Braves Baseball Network.
Up and at 'em with Morley in the morning. Better than steak and eggs and a lot funnier, too. 6 to 10 a.m. weekdays on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230, WJNO, West Palm Beach.
Here's Horner. You run out of adjectives, really. The youngster has been simply amazing. He's hit in 10 straight games, matching the longest hitting streak by a Brave this year. Royster and Cheney hit it. 15 hits and 38 at bat during the streak. 395 average. The pitch to him. Low. Horner with 9 homers and 26 RBIs has hiked his batting average to 285. Takes a 2-out hit, however. Runners on the corners. Bunnell third, Matthews first. Now the stretch. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, a little pop. Going to be caught by the second baseman. He was jammed. Cash makes the catch, and that's it for Atlanta. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. After 1 from the stadium. Braves nothing, Expos nothing.
If you missed out on buying a home in Phase 1 at Lakes of Lantana, here's one more chance. Phase 2 of Lakes of Lantana opens with a pre-construction sale. This may be your last opportunity to own a feature-packed 2- or 3-bedroom home priced as low as $37,990 with a low down payment. Separate adult and family neighborhoods, too. Prices increase Tuesday, August 1st. Hurry to Lakes of Lantana today. Take I-95 or 441 to Lantana Road in Lake Worth and go to the Turnpike and Lakes of Lantana.
Did you know that the shelf life of whole blood donated at the Palm Beach Blood Bank is only 21 days? It's true, and that's why it's important that blood be donated on a regular basis. Our supply of blood at the Palm Beach Blood Bank isn't permanent. It has to be replaced constantly. And that's where you come in. Donating blood is fast, painless, and anyone between 17 and 65 can do it. Give blood. It's a lifesaver.
This afternoon it'll be Philadelphia at Cincinnati. They're underway, and Rose is 0 for 1. New York at Houston, St. Louis at San Diego. Dodgers host Pittsburgh, Chicago at San Francisco. A reminder, the Reds are in for 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, still plenty of tickets left. And they wanted us to mention that. There's still plenty of tickets left for tomorrow night's game. That's very important. Rose will be here with the Reds. Going the second inning, Larry Parrish will lead it off, and here's Pete.
Thank you, Ernie. Parrish, right-hand batter. Hitting .278, 10 home runs, 45 RBIs. Also has 26 doubles this year. He's having a fine season. No score, top half of inning 2. Here's the wind by Boggs in the pitch. Parrish takes inside, ball 1. Boggs winding his 1-0 delivery. Fastball grounded down the left field line. Fair ball rolling into the corner. Parrish turns first, heads for second. The throw comes back from Burroughs, and Parrish on with a leadoff double here in the top half of inning 2. That is number 27 of the year for Larry Parrish in the double department. That's the first hit off Tommy Boggs. Here's left fielder Warren Cromartie, batting .282. He has 6 home runs, 36 RBIs. Went 3 for 4 in last night's game. Also had 3 hits in the second game of Friday night's doubleheader. Boggs comes to the belt. Here's his stretch. Cromartie swings at a breaking ball. Didn't get it. Strike 1. Cromartie, a native of Miami, has some of his family up for this series. The stretch in the 0-1 pitch. There's a line drive left field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Parrish around third. He's going to try. No, he's going to hold. It looked at first like he was going to try to score, but Burroughs got the ball back quickly. And after taking about 5 steps around third, Parrish applied the brakes. So Cromartie with another hit. Runners first and third. Nobody out. That's hit number 2 off Boggs, and here's catcher Gary Carter. He's hitting .238 with 11 home runs and 47 RBIs. Carter has had 5 hits in this series. 3 of them doubles, 1 of them a homer. Infield will play a double play depth for Atlanta. Outfield deep and shaded toward left. Boggs to the belt is pitched to Carter. High fly ball, shallow left field. Out goes Royster. In comes Burroughs. It's going to drop in front of Burroughs. Base hit. Throw coming will be cut off by the third baseman Horner, and Parrish scores. Parrish had to hold near the bag to see if that ball would be caught. Had it been caught, he probably would not have been able to tag and score. But once the ball dropped in between Royster and Burroughs, Parrish took off. Down to second goes Cromartie. It's a run-scoring single for Gary Carter, his 48th RBI of the year. And it's 1-0 Montreal. Hit number 3 off Boggs. Runners first and second now with nobody out, and the batter shortstop Chris Spire. Spire, a .244 hitter. He has 4 home runs, 34 runs driven in. The stretch by Boggs, the pitch to Spire, breaking ball low, ball 1. Boggs was superb his last start. He shut out the Phillies on 4 hits, walked only 1, struck out 7. It was his first major league shutout, his first National League complete game. Now the 1-0 pitch. Again, it's low, 2-0, the count to Chris Spire. 1-0, Montreal leads it. We're in the top half of inning 2. Full schedule in both leagues, and we'll keep you posted throughout the afternoon on scores. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss with a good fastball. 2-1 to count on Chris Spire. Pitcher Woody Fryman in the on-deck circle. Sign given by Joe Nolan. Here's the stretch by Boggs. And the 2-1 pitch. Again, a fastball fouled back into the seats. And that evens the count. Ball 2, strike 2. Slight breeze blowing here this afternoon, blowing out toward right field. Again, the stretch by Boggs. Long look at the runners. The 2-2 pitch. High with a fastball. Counts full 3-2. Boggs has a good fastball. 6'2", 200-pounder. Only 22 years old. He was the second player picked in the country when he was drafted by the Texas Rangers in 1974. The runners are not going. The 3-2 pitch is wide to right field. Base hit. Cromartie will be held at third. He runs through the stop sign, runs into his coach. The throw to the plate. He is out. A very unusual play. Third base coach Norm Sherry had the brakes applied. Cromartie kept on coming around third, ran right into his third base coach Norm Sherry. Gary Matthews' throw came to the plate, and Nolan was there waiting when Cromartie arrived. Very, very seldom you see anything like that happen. You will see a runner go through a stop sign from time to time, but I can't recall ever seeing a runner run into his third base coach. They collided head on. They're both okay. Gary Carter stopped at second. It's a base hit for Chris Spire. 1 out. And the pitcher, Woody Fryman, will be the hitter. Fryman 0 for 18 as a hitter this year. Here's the stretch in the pitch. Fryman bunting, drops it down the third base side foul. 0-1. Now Fryman and third base coach Norm Sherry, who's had a rocky inning here, want to talk it over. Sherry more shaken up than was Cromartie when the two collided. Sherry had put the brakes on and had turned to look toward the plate to see where Matthews' throw is coming, just to make sure that he had done the right thing. And boom! Warren Cromartie was right into him. The 0-1 pitch to Fryman is taken high. The count 1-1. Again, he was squaring. 1 out, 1 run in. Spire, the runner at first. Carter, the runner at second. The stretch by Boggs. And the 1-1 pitch. Fryman drops the bunt down the third base side. Good bunt. Catcher Joe Nolan fields. Throws to Murphy at first in time. The runners move up. Well, it's a 2-3 sacrifice for Woody Fryman. Out number 2 here in the top of the second. Spire now the runner at second. Carter at third. And we're back to the top of the order. Second baseman Dave Cash, who reached on Royster's error his first time. Outfield straightaway for Cash. Bats with an extremely closed stance. Up about an inch on the bat. Boggs will go back to the windup. Here's his pitch to Cash. Right down the middle with a fastball. Strike 1 call. I'll be with you the rest of the way on Braves Radio today, Ernie. Having to leave, unfortunately, to serve as a pallbearer for Franklin Brooks, former Georgia Tech football coach. Funeral taking place in Roswell this afternoon. There's a high pop fly. First baseman Dale Murphy has a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 3. Well, it could have been a lot worse. Boggs gets out of it in pretty good shape. 1 run on 4 hits. There were no errors and 2 runners left. And at the end of an inning and a half, our score, Montreal 1, Atlanta 0.
Come and listen to what we have to say. We're the Veterans Administration. Yes, that's VA. For those who have served our land, we have benefits and plans. We'd like to tell you about the things you rehabilitation, home loans, health care, and education. That's just some of what we can do. So how about letting us work with you? Come and listen to what we have to say. We're the Veterans Administration. Yes, that's VA. Yes, that's VA.
Achieving justice in the third world.
Employees of Catholic Relief Services talk about their work in over 65 of the world's developing nations.
Our activity is geared towards helping the small farmer realize his own potential.
We pride ourselves on our ability to respond in times of disasters.
Catholic Relief Services meets immediate needs, but later on, through development programs, it helps people become self-sufficient.
For more information, write Catholic Relief Services, New York 10022.
We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Dale Murphy, Ron Gilbert, and Joe Nolan. Hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Scheduled up against Woody Fryman. Murph will lead it off. He has a 6-game hitting streak. Batting .246, leads the club in homers with 16 and leads the club in RBIs with 55. Woody Fryman 1-1 against the Braves this year, 8-9 against Atlanta Lifetime. The veteran left-hander winds and delivers. Swing and a miss at a good fastball, 0-1 the count. We'll also be keeping you posted throughout the afternoon on the Pete Rose story. He's 0 for 1 at home against the Phillies so far today. 0-1 pitch to Murphy, misses low, 1-1 the count. Reds will be here tomorrow night. Phil Niekro faces rookie Mike Lacoste in the series opener. Here's the 1-1 to Murphy. Fastball inside, 2-1. Fryman winds his 2-1 pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner for a called strike. That evens the count 2-2. Fryman's curveball breaks almost directly downward. Falls right off the table. The left-hander ready for his 2-2 pitch to Murphy. Foul back into the upper deck. Count holds 2-2. On our scoreboard, these scores to report so far in the American League after 5. Yankees 3, Minnesota 2. Guidry against Erickson. Craig Cusick, a home run for Minnesota in that game. Texas at Chicago, no score after 3. Seattle at Detroit, it's 5-1 Detroit after 3. Wilcox against Abbott. Next pitch to Murphy is a slow curve, missing low. The count full 3-2. Milwaukee at Toronto after 4. Brewers 2, Blue Jays 1. Rodriguez against Underwood. California at Baltimore, no score after 1. Frost against Flanagan. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Murphy. There's a drive, well hit right field. Back goes Valentine to the warning track to make the catch for the out. Ball was well hit by Murph. Valentine just did have room. One gone. Rod Gilbert will be the hitter. Gilbert batting .241, 2 homers, 20 RBIs. A couple of other American League scores. Oakland at Cleveland, 3-0 Indians after 2. Paxton against Johnson. Diaz, a Cleveland home run. And Kansas City at Boston, it's 1-0 Royals after 1.5. Swidorf against Lee. No scores in yet from any of the National League games. Fryman winding his pitch to Gilbert as a check swing foul back off the screen. 0-1 the count. Now the 0-1 pitch. Fastball bounced toward third. Parrish plays it on the short hop, throws across to first in time. Well, the first 2 Braves up and down in order here in the bottom of the second. Now the catcher, Joe Nolan. Nolan batting .230. He has 2 home runs, 9 runs driven in. Had 2 home runs in one game on Friday night. That was the first time he had ever done that in the major leagues. Manager Bobby Cox, before today's game, had some very complimentary words for Joe Nolan. Saying that he hasn't had much of a chance to play this year and has never complained once. Just stays ready to do his job when asked. First pitch to Nolan, low and inside, ball 1. Now the wind and the 1-0 pitch. Curve by Nolan, swinging, the count even, ball 1, strike 1. 2 outs, bases empty. 1-0 Montreal, our score. We're in the bottom half of inning 2. The wind by Fryman, the 1-1 pitch. Curve fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes, the count on Joe Nolan. Now the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, the curveball. Strikes out Nolan. That's the first strikeout for Woody Fryman. Out number 3 for Atlanta. A 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half of the second, and after 2, score stays. Expos 1, Braves nothing.
Come and listen to what we have to say. We're the Veterans Administration. Yes, that's VA. For those who served our land, we have benefits and plans. We'd like to tell you about the things you can do. On-the-job training, rehabilitation, home loans, health care, and education. That's just some of what we can do. So how about letting us work with you? So come and listen to what we have to say. We're the Veterans Administration. Yes, that's VA. Yes, that's VA.
I started working when I was 12 with a paper route, cutting lawns in the summer, and now I'm putting myself through school. I've gone through some used cars over the years that when I finally got together the cash, I got myself a real car, a Z28 Camaro from Steve Moore.
When you've got it together, you don't want to be treated like a kid. At Steve Moore Chevrolet, we'll move fast to get you a car. After all, you've waited long enough, and you're important to us. Respectfully, Steve Moore Chevrolet, 16th and North Dixie, Lake Worth.
We go to the top half of the third. Dawson, Valentine, and Perez, the scheduled hitters against Tommy Boggs. Expos picked up 4 hits off Boggs in the second inning, but could manage only 1 run. A base-running mistake by Warren Cromartie, who ran through a hold sign by third base coach Norm Sherry and then ran right into Sherry. Was thrown out at the plate. Took a potential second run away from the Expos. Andre Dawson flied to right his first time. Expos have won 6. The Braves have won 5 in the season series, which concludes here today. First pitch to Dawson inside. Fastball missed. Ball 1. Down the 1-0 pitch. That's outside. The count 2-0. Swing and a miss at a good fastball. 2-1, the count to Andre Dawson. Dawson moved up the Expos organizational ladder very quickly after being signed out of Florida A&M. There's the 2-1 from Boggs. There's a high fly ball, deep left field. No way this one will stay in. It's in the blue seats. A long home run for Andre Dawson. Makes it 2-0 Montreal. As Dawson connects for his 17th home run of the season. RBI number 52. Hit number 5 off Tommy Boggs, and the batter, right fielder Ellis Valentine. Pete Rose is at the plate in Cincinnati for his second at bat. He's 0 for 1. Bouncing to the pitcher's first time up. Valentine, the hitter, grounded to short his first time up. The pitch from Boggs drilled down the left field line fair, rolling into the left field corner. Valentine takes the turn at first, heads for second. Burrows up with the ball, and Valentine in with the stand-up double. For Valentine, his 25th double of the year. Hit number 6 off Tommy Boggs. And now Cloyd Boyer out to the mound for a word with Tommy Boggs. We're going to get some activity now in the Atlanta bullpen. Left-hander Craig Skoke will begin to throw. Pete Rose at the plate in Cincinnati. We have a live report on the Matrix board in center field. He's 0 for 1 today, has a count of 2-2 on him right now, facing Larry Christensen. He's trying to extend his hitting streak to 43 games this afternoon. The conversation here between Boyer, Nolan, and Boggs still going on. Rose flies out in Cincinnati. He's now 0 for 2. He's flying out to right field. The meeting over at the mound, and Tony Perez, the hitter. Perez grounded to short his first time. Expos with a 2-0 lead. Valentine down at second. Nobody out. Stretching Boggs. Here's his pitch. Gets away from Nolan, rolling back toward the screen. Over to third easily goes Ellis Valentine. Pitch was low and outside. No ruling yet from official scorer Charlie Roberts. It'll be a wild pitch. So now a runner at third with nobody out. Infield will play it in about halfway. The 1-0 pitch on the way to Perez. High and inside with a fastball. Ball 2-0. Boggs working from the windup. His 2-0 pitch hit right back at him. Bounces off Boggs. Barehanded pickup by Royster. Fires to first, but not in time. The throw pulled Murphy off the bag at first. I don't know whether he would have had him or not. It'll be a base hit for Tony Perez. Holding at third, Ellis Valentine. Now let's see if Boggs is okay. Looked like he might have gotten a glove on the ball. It was a line shot right back at him. Deflected off Boggs. Rolled toward the shortstop Royster. Jerry made the barehanded pickup. Throw on to first. A little off the mark. Pulled Murphy off the bag. Perez has an infield hit. Valentine at third. Boggs says he's okay. Larry Parrish, the hitter. Parrish doubled his first time. That's 7 hits in the game now for Montreal. Breaking ball stayed high, and the count of 1-0 strikes on Parrish. Skoke continuing to work in the Atlanta bullpen. Now the 1-0 pitch. Almost behind Parrish. He ducks under an off-speed breaking ball, and the count 2-0. Again, the stretch by Boggs, the 2-0 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep to center field. Bunnell going back, still going back, looks up. This one's gone, home run. A line drive that just kept carrying. And Larry Parrish has his 11th home run of the year. Montreal has a 5-0 lead. Three RBIs for Parrish, giving him a total of 48 for the season. Bobby Cox on his way to the mound. This will be the end of the afternoon for Tommy Boggs. So Boggs goes 2 innings, faces 4 batters here in the third. He allows 5 runs, 8 hits. All 5 of the runs are earned. No walks, no strikeouts for Boggs. 1 wild pitch. Craig Skoke in from the bullpen. Left-hander making his 22nd appearance of the year. He has a record of 2-1, 2 saves, and an earned run average of 2.45. He's allowed 9 earned runs and 29 hits in 33 innings. He's walked 8 and he has struck out 12. And while he warms up, we'll pause for station identification. This is the Braves Baseball Network.
Open your mind to Open Line with your host, Mitch Sandler, weeknights beginning at 7:11 on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230, WJNO, West Palm Beach.
Skoke about ready to go to work. He'll be facing Warren Cromartie. Montreal out in front 5-0. They got out in front 5-0 in last night's game. Braves came back to win it. And we'll have to do the same thing here this afternoon. For those of you who may have missed some of the late scores last night, Los Angeles defeated Pittsburgh and San Diego defeated St. Louis. That victory by the Dodgers, combined with a loss by San Francisco yesterday, moves Los Angeles into a first-place tie with the Giants in the National League West, with Cincinnati just one game back. San Diego now at the 500 level, 9.5 out. The Braves are 12.5 back. Houston 14.5 out. Over in the East, Philadelphia with a 4-game lead over the Cubs. Pittsburgh 7 back. Montreal's 9.5 out. Then the Mets 12.5 back, and the Cardinals 16.5 out. In the American League West, Kansas City leads California by 4. In the American League East, Boston leads Milwaukee by 5.5. Here's Warren Cromartie. Had a single his first time up. Skoke's first pitch is foul out of play, third base seat. 0-1 the count. 5-0 Expos. Home runs by Dawson and Parrish in this inning have accounted for 4 of the runs. There's the 0-1 pitch. There's the drive foul again down the left field side, a little deeper into the seats this time. It's 0-2. Gary Carter drove in the other Montreal run with a single back in the second. Now the 0-2 pitch on the way to Cromartie. Fouled straight back. Still 0-2. The Expos have lost 8 of their last 9 games. The 0-2 pitch on the way. It's a curve outside. 1-2 to Warren Cromartie, a left-hand hitter. Expos got off to a very good start this year, but the month of July has been a bad one for them. They're 11-19 for the month. Again, the curve from Skoke. Again, it's outside, and the count on Cromartie even at ball 2, strike 2. Now the wind of the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul off the end of the bat. Still 2-2. Although we know that Pete Rose is 0 for 2 in Cincinnati, we still have no score on our ticker in that game, Phillies and Reds. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball foul down the first base side. Count remains ball 2, strike 2. New York plays at Houston. St. Louis at San Diego. Pittsburgh at Los Angeles. And Chicago at San Francisco. Vina Blue working for the Giants today. Those games all start later. 2-2 pitch to Cromartie. High drive down the left field line. Burroughs giving it a chase. Races into foul territory. Can't quite reach it. The ball drops foul, and the count on Cromartie holds at 2-2. Skoke has thrown 8 pitches to Cromartie, 6 of them strikes. But the little left-hand hitter just keeps fouling him off, staying alive. Again, a 2-2 pitch on the way. Low in the count, full 3-2. The on-deck hitter, catcher Gary Carter. This is a tough batting order for a left-handed pitcher to face. Cromartie, the only left-hand hitter in it. Now the payoff pitch to Cromartie, again fouled back. Still 3-2 to Warren Cromartie. Cromartie over to the on-deck circle for the rosin bag, now striding back toward the plate. Again, the 3-2 pitch to him. Bouncing ball right back to Skoke, who makes a nice play, throws on to Murphy in time. Cromartie retired. There's out number 1 here in the top of the third. And now the catcher, Gary Carter, who drove in Montreal's first run with a single to left back in the second. How about the Savannah Braves? They lost the game last night to Chattanooga. Final score 3-2. The game took 21 innings. Here's the pitch to Gary Carter. It's a strike called. Curve in the inside corner. Now the 0-1 pitch. A little bit high. Count even, 1-1. Got a note from Dave Fendrick, general manager of the Savannah Ball Club, hoping that all you Savannah fans will be out there Monday night when Savannah takes on Nashville. 1-1 pitch to Carter. Line drive. Base hit left field. Burroughs bobbles the ball a bit. Carter takes a big turn at first, but Burroughs recovers, gets it back to the infield, and Carter held to a single. Well, Carter now 2 for 2. That's hit number 9 for the Expos. Shortstop Chris Fire will step in. He singled his first time up. In that game in Savannah Monday night, it'll be Savannah and Nashville. And the Southside JCs will be teaming up with the Savannah Braves to help fight muscular dystrophy. Tickets available in the Savannah area at all 7-Eleven stores. Donation from all proceeds will be made to help fight muscular dystrophy. At the Grayson Stadium in Savannah on Monday night. Here's the stretch and the pitch to Chris Fire, taken low, ball 1. Fire had a base hit his first time. Now batting .246, 4 homers, he's driven in 34. The stretch and the 1-0 pitch. Curve low, 2-0. Fire, the 7th Expo to bat here in the third. 4 runs are in. Carter, the runner at first. Still only 1 out. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Again low and inside with the curve, and the count goes to 3-0. Fire takes a look at third base coach Norm Sherry. Now steps back in. Here's the 3-0 delivery. That's high, ball 4. First walk issued by Craig Skoke. In fact, the first walk off Atlanta pitching in this game. Now the second goes Gary Carter, and now pitcher Woody Fryman becomes the 8th man to bat in the inning. Score from Cincinnati after 2. Reds 2, Phillies nothing. George Foster, another home run for the Reds. He now has 25. Fryman had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Infield in at the corners. Double play depth at second and short. Outfield very shallow. Time called now as Nolan and Skoke want to talk over the sign. The meeting over. Nolan back behind the plate. Here's the stretch by Skoke and the pitch to Fryman. He's squaring, bunts it foul off his foot. 0-1, the count on Woody Fryman. This is the second tour of duty for Fryman with Montreal. He went to Cincinnati, then to the Chicago Cubs, then back to the Expos. Also played for the Pirates, the Phillies, and the Tigers. The stretch in the 0-1 pitch. Again, he's bunting, pops it foul, drops just out of the reach of Joe Nolan. Nolan gave it a good try. The ball was only about 4 feet off the ground. 0-2, the count on Fryman. Now we'll see what Dick Williams does. Will he keep the bunt on or take it off with 2 strikes on his pitcher? Runners get their leads. Spire from first, Carter from second. Skoke stretching. Long look at the runners. The 0-2 pitch. He was squaring and takes strike three calls. Fastball over at the knee. First strikeout for Craig Skoke. Out number 2 in the third. Now Dave Cash, the top of the order. He reached on Royster's error in the first. Popped to first in the second. Batting for the third time in the game. He's the 9th man to bat here in the third inning for Montreal. Runners get their lead. Skoke takes a quick look. Starts off Cash with a curve low, ball one. Again, the look at the runners and the 1-0 pitch. That curve just missed inside. 2-0 to count on Dave Cash. Expos lead it 5-0. But we've got a long way to go. We're only in the top of the third. Craig Skoke on a release of Tommy Boggs. As a sign, the stretch in the 2-0 pitch. Fastball misses high, ball 3. 3-0, the count to Cash. Cincinnati here tomorrow night. We do want to remind all fans that there are still plenty of good tickets remaining for tomorrow night's game. Get them early tomorrow. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Cash gets the green light. There's a drive to deep left field. Burrows looks up. This one's out of here. A 3-run homer for Dave Cash and a 3-0 pitch. That'll score Carter and Spire in front of him. It is now 8-0 Expos. That's Cash's third homer of the year. The 3 RBIs give him 26 for the season. And now Andre Dawson, who led off this inning with a home run. 3 home runs in this inning by Montreal. Dawson's solo shot and a pair of 3-run homers, one by Larry Parrish, now one by Dave Cash. A 7-run inning. It's 8-0 Montreal, and here's Dawson again. He is flying to right along with that home run. Takes a curve outside, ball 1. The wind and the 1-0 pitch. That bounces up there and back to the screen. 2-0, the count to Dawson. Skoke has his sign. Here's the left-hander's line. His 2-0 pitch pops foul. This one will drop back out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike to count to Andre Dawson. Skoke ready. Here's his 2-1 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep to center field. Bunnell back. He looks up. This one's gone. Andre Dawson has just hit his second home run in the inning. It is now 9-0 Montreal. For Dawson, his 18th home run, his 53rd RBI. We'll have to check the record book to see how many players have hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. It hasn't been many. That is the 4th home run in the inning hit by the Expos. Here's Ellis Valentine. He grounded to short in the first, doubled in the third. The wind by Skoke in the pitch. Foul back. 0-1, the count on Valentine. 9 runs, 11 hits for the Expos, whose bats are booming here this afternoon. The wind and the 0-1 pitch. Pops him foul, back out of play. 0-2 the count. Dawson, Parrish, Cash, and then Dawson again have hit home runs in this inning. I believe the Major League record for most home runs in an inning by one team is 5. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Pop foul. Out of play, still 0-2. Four of the runs in this inning charged to Boggs, 4 to Skoke. There's a line drive, base hit into left field. Burrows up with it, gets it back to the infield. Valentine on with his second hit of the inning. That is hit number 12 for Montreal. Nolan out for a word with Skoke. Here's Tony Perez. He's the 12th man to bat here in the top of the third. He has grounded to short and had a line shot single that caromed off starting pitcher Tommy Boggs. Valentine, the runner at first. Murphy will hold him. Skoke takes a look over. Here's the pitch. Perez pops the foul, back out of play. 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1 pitch inside. Count 1-1. Well, Andre Dawson has tied a Major League record by hitting 2 home runs in one inning. Last time it was done was by Cliff Johnson of the New York Yankees, June 30th of last year. There's a slow bouncing ball to short. Royster gets it over to Gilbert in time to force Valentine, and the inning is finally over. But what an inning it was for Montreal as they hit 4 home runs, coming up with 8 runs on 8 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left. At the end of 2.5, our score, Montreal 9, Atlanta nothing.
The sporty Chevy Monza. Abandoned cars litter the land. But the people in Lexington, Kentucky are removing 100 of them a month. We discard millions of used tires. But in New Jersey, they're turning old tires into playgrounds for children. Our streets and countryside have become dumping grounds for trash. But all across America, people are now recycling 8 million tons of it a year. We create staggering amounts of garbage, but in Virginia Beach, they turned a mountain of garbage into a recreational hillside. Pollution is destroying our beachfronts and waterways. But in Huntington, Long Island, they're planting seagrass which cleanses the water for wildlife and man. The cure for pollution is people working together. For a brochure on what you can do, write Keep America Beautiful Incorporated, 99 Park Avenue, New York, New York, 10016. A public service message of this station, the Advertising Council, and Keep America Beautiful.
Well, the Braves and all Braves fans will be honoring Pete Rose here tomorrow night, but Pete will also be honoring the fans of Atlanta because prior to the game, 44 Pete Rose posters will be personally autographed by Mr. Rose, and these posters will be given away to lucky fans attending Monday night's game. That's tomorrow night when the Braves and the Cincinnati Reds open a 3-game series, possibly the biggest night of the season. We may have Pete Rose shooting for game number 44 in a row. Pitcher Craig Skoke leads off the bottom of the third for Atlanta. Braves trailing it 9-0. Here's Woody Fryman's first pitch. Curve over, called strike 1. Skoke is a hitter this year. 1 for 6, batting 167. Has 1 hit, a double. Takes the fastball high, 1-1 the count. 18 other players have hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. Cliff Johnson did it last with the Yankees last June. The 1-1 pitch fouled off at the plate. 1-2 the count. So Andre Dawson's name in the record books. The wind by Woody Fryman, the 1-2 pitch to Scope. Just inside, 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball in the hole, base hit left field. Couldn't have thrown the ball any better. Just out of the reach of both the third baseman Parrish and the shortstop Spire. And Craig Skoke has opened up the Atlanta third with a base hit. Players in the Braves, well, in fact, players on all clubs, comment about how well the ball carries here at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium during the daylight hours. And we've had a lot of wild and woolly Sunday afternoon games here with a lot of runs scored, so don't go away yet. Long way to go. It's 9-0 Expos, but let's see what happens. Here's Royster. Swing and a miss. He was trying to go to right field with a Woody Fryman fastball. Royster lined out to Fryman his first time. The Reds here tomorrow night. A lot of good seats still available. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just inside, 1-1 the count on Royster. Skoke not being held at first. Fryman takes a quick look over. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Outside, 2-1. That base hit by Skoke was hit number 2 for Atlanta off Woody Fryman. Fryman ready. Here's his stretch. And his 2-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball down the left field line, but it's going to hook foul. Bouncing off the facade just above the Expos bullpen bench. 2-2, the count to Royster. Well, in this 4-game series, we have had 4 different players with 2 home runs in 1 game. Horner's done it twice, Nolan for Atlanta once, and now Andre Dawson. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Royster. Flat foul out of play, right side. That'll go into the upper deck. Count holding on Jerry, 2-2. Royster just got back in the starting lineup last night after missing 4 games with a knee injury, which he suffered Monday night in Philadelphia. The 2-2 pitch. Low, ball 3, 3-2. Barry Bonnell, the on-deck hitter. Woody Fryman gets the sign from Carter. Here's the left-hander's stretch in his 3-2 pitch. Foul back. Still 3-2. Braves are 29-22 here at home. Only 6 games under 500 for the whole season. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball. Base hit left field. Warren Cromartie gets it back to the infield, and the Braves have runners at first and second. Well, this is what it takes to come back in games like this. You got to get some base runners aboard. And then hope for a little long ball. Barry Bonnell, the hitter. That base hit by Royster, hit number 3 off Fryman. Many, many times you'll see a team have a big inning, as Montreal did in the top of the third, and then their pitcher come back in the next half inning and have himself kind of a rocky inning. Pitcher on that bench for a long time during a big inning. Sometimes it'll cause a pitcher to lose a little bit. Bonnell had a bunt single his first time. Royster at first, Skoke at second, nobody out. The stretch by Woody Fryman in the pitch. Strike call. Bonnell taking a curve on the outside corner. Gary's Garden, Horner's Corner, Dale's Den, Barry's Basket all out today. There's a fastball high. 1-1 the count. Montreal's Warren Cromartie even has a sign. Says, "Go Crow." Here's the 1-1 pitch. A little low, 2-1. The count to Barry Bonnell. Now the stretch by Fryman and the 2-1 pitch. Changeup hit foul back toward the screen. Count even 2-2. We're in the bottom of the third. Montreal with a 9-0 lead. Braves have runners at first and second, nobody out. And a 2-2 count on Bonnell. Pete Rose is at the plate in Cincinnati for the third time. He is 0 for 2. Woody Fryman stretching. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Bonnell out of there on strikes. Fastball got him. That's strikeout number 2 for Woody Fryman. Out number 1 here in the bottom half of the third. Now Gary Matthews, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. That Philadelphia-Cincinnati game at the end of 4, Reds 2, Phillies nothing. Fryman stretching his pitch to Matthews, high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Royster leads from first, Scope from second. Here's Fryman's stretch, his 1-0 pitch. Foul tip held on to by Gary Carter. Count 1-1. Pete Rose just got a base hit. He is now hit safely in 43 straight games. A single for Pete Rose, and he'll be going for a 44-game consecutive hitting streak tomorrow night here in Atlanta. His single was to left field over the head of Mike Schmidt. Unbelievable. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Matthews. Almost hit him again with an inside fastball. Well, fans, tomorrow night, be here. Pete Rose will be going to tie Wee Willie Keeler's 44-game hitting streak set back before the turn of the century. Here's the stretch in the 2-1 to Matthews. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. A lot of tickets have already been sold, but a lot of good seats still remaining. So get your tickets. Come on out and honor one of baseball's all-time greats. Here's the stretch by Fryman, the 2-2 pitch. Way outside, and the count on Matthews full, 3-2. We're going to tell you some things about Wee Willie Keeler as this game goes on. That's the man who Rose will be trying to tie tomorrow. Fryman comes to the belt, 3-2 pitch, foul tip, held on to by Gary Carter. That is strikeout number 3 for Woody Fryman. So there are 2 gone now in the bottom of the third. Runners still at first and second. Here's Jeff Burroughs. He flied to deep right his first time. It'll be Phil Necro trying to put an end to the Rose streak here tomorrow night. 7:35 game time. And there will be 44 Pete Rose autographed posters given away to lucky fans at tomorrow night's game. Here's the stretch by Fryman, the pitch. Burroughs takes inside, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the third. Montreal with a 9-0 lead. They got 1 run in the second, 8 runs in the third as Expo hitters delivered 4 home runs, 2 of them by Andre Dawson. Now the 1-0 pitch. Inside, the count on Burroughs, 2-0. Fryman's 2-0 pitch. Curve on the outside edge for a strike. It's 2-1. We'll check scores for you in the top half of the 4th inning. Fryman ready now for his 2-1 pitch to Jeff Burroughs. Here it comes. High pop-up, shallow center field. Andre Dawson in and to his left makes the grab. That's it for the Braves in the third. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. At the end of 3, score stays. Montreal 9, Atlanta nothing.
In America, abandoned cars litter the land. But the people in Lexington, Kentucky are removing 100 of them a month. We discard millions of used tires. But in New Jersey, they're turning old tires into playgrounds for children. Our streets and countryside have become dumping grounds for trash. But all across America, people are now recycling 8 million tons of it a year. We create staggering amounts of garbage, but in Virginia Beach, they turned a mountain of garbage into a recreational hillside. Pollution is destroying our beachfronts and waterways. But in Huntington, Long Island, they're planting seagrass which cleanses the water for wildlife and man. The cure for pollution is people working together. For a brochure on what you can do, write Keep America Beautiful Incorporated, 99 Park Avenue, New York, New York, 10016. A public service message of this station, the Advertising Council, and Keep America Beautiful.
We go to the top half of the fourth inning. Larry Parrish will lead it off for Montreal. He has doubled and homered in this game, has scored 2 runs, driven in 3. Just got word from Bob Hope that extra ticket windows are being opened here at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium for the remainder of today. They'll be open until 6 o'clock with tickets on sale not only for tomorrow night's game, but for any game in the upcoming series with Cincinnati. Should be a dandy with Phil Necro going against them tomorrow night. Tom Seaver against Larry McWilliams here on Tuesday night. Bill Bonham faces Preston Hanna Wednesday night. The Braves are then off on Thursday. Houston comes in for a weekend series beginning Friday. And those extra ticket windows will be open until 6 p.m. this afternoon and will reopen at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Here's Parrish leading off the fourth in a game that's been all Montreal so far. Craig Skoke to the windup. His pitch to Parrish. High drive, deep left field. Burroughs looks up. This one's gone. Larry Parrish has his second home run of the game, and that is the 5th home run hit by the Expos in the last 2 innings. Parrish now with a double and 2 home runs, 4 RBIs in the game. He has 12 homers on the season, 49 RBIs. Before Warren Cromartie steps in, let's pause for station identification. This is the Braves Baseball Network.
Radio drama is alive and well in the CBS Radio Mystery Theater. Weeknights at 10 and weekends at 9 on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230, WJNO, West Palm Beach.
Warren Cromartie, the hitter. It's 10-0 Montreal. Cromartie 1 for 2. There's a line drive to right field, dropping in for extra bases, bouncing off the wall. Cromartie heads for second. Matthews gets it back to the infield, and Cromartie on with a stand-up double. The 14th hit for the Expos. We're only in the top half of the fourth inning. This has been one of those days. Now the catcher, Gary Carter. Carter's 2 for 2. He had a single in the second, a single in the third. He has scored 1 run, driven in 1. Mickey Mailer begins to loosen up now in the Atlanta bullpen. Braves bullpen not too deep right now. Adrian Devine still disabled. Buddy J. Solomon. There's a line drive by Carter, fouled on the left field side. Solomon, who had started his last 2 appearances, sidelined for about a week with a knee injury. Rick Camp threw on the sidelines yesterday, said it felt a little better, but still unable to pitch in the game. And of course, you don't like to use your bullpen aces, guys like Gene Garber, in games like this, unless of course you come back. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss at the curve. The count 0-2. So managers have to do something that they really hate to do, and that is, even when a pitcher is ineffective, leave him in there a little longer than they ordinarily would at this stage of a game like this. 0-2, the count on Carter. Cromartie at second. Nobody out. Stretch by Skoke, the pitch. Inside with a fastball. It's 1-2. The This is one of the few times all season that Craig Skoke has not been effective since coming up from Richmond. He has done a fine job out of that bullpen. Now the stretch in the 1-2 pitch. There's a drive deep to left. This one is going to be foul. It had the distance. But not the direction. Count remains 1-2 to Gary Carter. Carter once hit 2 home runs in 1 inning in the minor leagues when he was at Memphis, which at that time was a AAA affiliate of Montreal. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. 10 runs, 14 hits for the Expos. No runs, 3 hits Atlanta. We're in the top half of the 4th. Cromartie leads from second. Skoke stretches his 2-2 pitch. Again, yanked foul down that left field line. It's still 2-2 to Gary Carter. Carter from Culver City, California. Only 24 years old. Hit 31 home runs last year while batting .284 for the Expos. Now the 2-2 pitch. Did he go? Yes, he did. He chased the bad curveball. Low and inside. Skoke strikes him out. Strikeout number 2 for Craig Skoke. Out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. Now Chris Fire, the hitter. Fire is singled and walked. The look back by Craig Skoke. The pitch to Spires. Swing and a miss at the curve. 0-1 the count. On our scoreboard after 7 in New York, Yankees and Twins tied up 3-3. Gossage has now replaced Guidry for the Yankees. Erickson pitching for Minnesota. Cusick has homered for the Twins in that game. 0-1 pitch on the way to Spire. Low. It's 1-1. Texas at Chicago after 6.5. Rangers 4, White Sox 2. Comer for Texas. Wood, Schuler, and LeGros have all pitched for Chicago. LeGros currently working. Here's the 1-1 to Spire. It's low, 2-1. Seattle at Detroit after 5.5. Tigers 5, Seattle 3. Wilcox replaced by Sykes in the 6th for the Tigers. Abbott, House, and now Parrott for Seattle. Roberts and Jones have hit Seattle home runs. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss with a breaking ball. 2-2, the count to Chris Spire. Milwaukee at Toronto at the end of 6. Brewers 5, Blue Jays 4. Rodriguez replaced by Raplogo for Milwaukee. Underwood replaced by Murphy for Toronto. Bassetti and Mayberry have hit Blue Jay homers. 2-2 pitch to Spire. Bounced foul down the third base side. California at Baltimore after 4. It's 1-0 Angels. Frost against Flanagan. Oakland at Cleveland after 4. It's 3-0 Indians. Paxton against Johnson. Diaz, a Cleveland home run. In Kansas City at Boston at the end of 4.5. 2-0 Royals. Splittorf against Lee. Phillies and Reds after 4. 2-0 Cincinnati. Hume against Christensen. Foster a home run. Rose a base hit. 2-2 pitch to Spire. Check swing. Foul tip held on to by Joe Nolan. Strikeout number 3 for Craig Skoke. Out number 2 here in the top half of the 4th inning. And now the pitcher, Woody Fryman, who had a sacrifice bunt in the 2nd, looked at a 3rd strike in the 3rd. Cubs and Giants now underway. Chicago with a 1-0 lead after 1. That's in San Francisco. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. 2 outs, Cromartie at 2nd. We're in the top of the 4th. Expos 10, Braves nothing our score. The 1-0 pitch, way outside, 2-0. Mailer continues to work in the Atlanta bullpen. As Skoke gets ready for his 2-0 pitch to Fryman. Top foul back toward the press box. And in. Dennis Dubler makes a nice play. 2-1 to Woody Fryman. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Bouncing ball fielded by the pitcher, Skoke. Throws on to Murphy in time for out number 3. So that's all for the Expos in the fourth. They come up with 1 run on the Larry Parrish homer. 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left. And at the end of 3.5, our score now, Montreal 10, Atlanta nothing. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Bob Horner, Dale Murphy, and Rod Gilbreth as scheduled hitters against Woody Fryman. When Pete Rose and the Reds are here tomorrow night, Pete will be trying to tie a record established by Wee Willie Keeler back in 1897 when he hit in 44 straight games. Baseball was a very different game back then. In fact, following that 1897 season, baseball established a new set of rules. One thing which they outlawed was hiding baseballs in long outfield grass and using them to throw runners out at strategic moments. Also could make the footing a little treacherous out there, I would think. Bob Horner popped out his first time, takes a strike from Woody Fryman. 0-1 to count. The line by Fryman, the 0-1 pitch to Horner. Low and away, 1-1. Horner trying to extend a 10-game hitting streak. That's the longest streak any Brave has had this year. Well, it ties the longest streak any Brave has had. Jerry Royster and Darrell Cheney each had 10-game streaks earlier. 1-1 pitch hit off the fifth toward first on 1 hop to Perez. Makes the unassisted play, 1 down. 1 away in the bottom of the fourth. Dale Murphy will be the hitter. He lined out to right his first time. Fryman winding his pitch on the way to Murph. High bouncing ball over the mound. Second baseman Dave Cash near the bag has it. Throws on to first just in time. Nice play by Cash to retire Murphy. 2 down now in the fourth, and second baseman Rod Gilbreth up. Gilbreth grounded to third his first time. Fryman winding his pitch. Fastball over at the knees, 0-1 the count. The wind by Woody and the 0-1 pitch. Popped him up foul, first base side. Perez giving it a chase with the sunglasses down, but won't have a play. Count 0-2 on Rod Gilbreth. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Over but low, 1-2. Woody Fryman, a late starter in his baseball career. He was 26 years old before he signed his first pro contract. Here's the 1-2 pitch, hit right back to Fryman. Nice play by Woody on 1 hop, throws on to first, and the Braves are down an order in the fourth. No runs, hits, errors, and men left after 4. Our score stays Expos 10, Braves nothing.
It's just what the family ordered. Kids and grown-ups agree. That Sambo's, it's great for the whole family.
Come to the new Sambo's Restaurant grand opening at 3000 South Congress Avenue and see why it's just what your family ordered. Open 7 days a week, Sambo's welcomes you for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with 181 delicious items to choose from. For kids 12 and under, there's a special Tiger menu with 35-cent hot dogs and hamburgers and kids' dinners for only $1. So bring the family in now for a wide choice of your favorite meal and prices that still make sense.
It's just what the family ordered. Sambo's.
That's the new Sambo's Restaurant at 3000 South Congress Avenue in Palm Springs.
We go to the top half of the fifth inning. Top of the order will bat for Montreal: Dave Cash, Andre Dawson, and Ellis Valentine. We were talking a moment ago about baseball in the Wee Willie Keeler era. Keeler, the smallest player in the Hall of Fame, was only 5'4", weighed 140. Known for his phrase, "I hit 'em where they ain't." He hit .432 in 1897, the year he hit in 44 straight. Played for the old Baltimore Orioles, who were owned by a gentleman by the name of Harry Von Horst, who also owned a brewery. Here's Dave Cash. He's reached on an error, popped to first, and hit a 3-run homer. First pitch is low, ball one. Now the 1-0 pitch. Again, a low curveball, 2-0 to count. Craig Skoke came on back in the third in relief of Tommy Boggs. Boggs roughed up for 5 runs. Skoke has also given up 5. Next pitch to Cash outside. It's 3-0. Now the 3-0 pitch. Strike call. Cash taking all the way. It's 3-1. Braves haven't had many games that they've been out of this year. Here's the 3-1 delivery to Cash. Bouncing ball right side. Rod Gilbreth has it on the second hop. Throws on to first in time. Cash retired. 1 down in the top of the fifth. And now Andre Dawson, who back in the third inning became only the 18th player in Major League history to hit 2 home runs in 1 inning. There were 2 solo shots. He is also flying to right. Dawson now with 18 homers and 53 runs driven in for the season. Batting .249. First pitch to him, low, ball 1. Outfielder Del Unser and infielder Pepe Frias loosening up down in the Montreal bullpen, so we may see some changes to the Expos this early in the game. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fouled back. 1-1. Expos go with a pretty set lineup. They don't platoon at all. The only chance that Dick Williams gets to rest his regular players are in games when he gets a big lead. Here's the wind by Skoke in the 1-1 pitch. Just inside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery. There's a line drive left field. Jeff Burroughs in about 2 steps. Makes the catch for out number 2. 2 gone in the top half of the fifth inning, and that'll bring up Ellis Valentine. Valentine 2 for 3. Grounded to short in the first, doubled in the third, singled also in the third. Expos sent 12 men to the plate in that third inning. The wind by Craig Skoke. The pitch to Valentine is popped foul back out of play. 0-1 the count. In case you just joined us, Pete Rose in his third at bat today, single to left field. Has a 43-game hitting streak. We'll try for 44 here at the stadium against Phil Necro tomorrow night. Extra ticket windows will be open until 6 tonight and reopen at 8:30 tomorrow morning. The 0-1 pitch to Valentine is inside in the count, 1-1. Now the wind in the 1-1 pitch. There's a line drive center field. Bunnell will have to play it on the hop base hit for Valentine, his third hit of the afternoon. That is hit number 15 for Montreal. The 7th hit off Craig Skoke. And the batter, first baseman Tony Perez. He's 0 for 1 for 3. And an infield single in the third. Is also grounded to short, hit into a force play. The stretch by Skoke in the pitch. Perez pops it foul back toward the press box again. Bounces back downstairs. Mrs. Joe Nolan has a souvenir. The stretch by Skoke, the 0-1 to Perez, low. 1-1. There's probably nobody in baseball pulling any harder for Pete Rose than the guy at the plate right now, Tony Perez, who came up the Reds organizational ladder as a teammate of Pete Rose. Of course, played in Cincinnati for many years with Rose. Very close friend of Pete. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a high fly ball, deep right center field. Matthews back, Bunnell back. They look up. It is gone. Home run. That is the 6th home run hit by the Expos here this afternoon as they up their lead now to 12-0. For Tony Perez, home run number 9, RBIs number 54 and 55. Hit number 16 for the Expos. And here's Larry Parrish, who has doubled and homered twice. He has scored 3 times and driven in 4. Mailer again up in the Atlanta bullpen. Parrish takes the strike, slow curve in the outside corner. Here's the 1-0 pitch. High with a fastball, 1-1 the count. Now the line and the next pitch is outside. Curveball missing. Count is 2-1. 2 outs. The 2-1 delivery. Breaking ball inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count on Larry Parrish. Skoke winding his 3-1 delivery. Strike 2 call. Fastball outside corner. Full count 3-2. The line score for Montreal looks like a zip code. 01812. There's the 3-2 pitch. High fly ball, deep center field. Bunnell going back, looks up. It is gone. Larry Parrish has hit his 3rd home run of this game. And the Expos have hit their 7th. That home run carried directly over the 402 sign in straightaway center. Parrish now with a double, 3 home runs, and 5 RBIs in this game. The record for most home runs in one game is 4, and we're only in the 5th inning. That's going to be all for Craig Skoke. Bobby Cox out to make the change. Mickey Mailer will come in. Skoke works 2 2/3 innings. He has given up 8 runs. 9 hits. All 8 of the runs are earned. He walked 1, and he struck out 3. And now Mickey Mailer will come on to pitch. Mailer was the starting pitcher in last night's game. Left after 1 2/3 innings, surrendering 5 runs. Mickey making his 22nd appearance of the year. He's made 11 starts. Has a record of 3 wins, 5 defeats, earned run average of 3.81. Given up 33 earned runs and 63 hits. In 77 2/3 innings, he's walked 38, struck out 51. And home run by Parrish makes it 13-0. Parrish now with 13 home runs and 50 RBIs. And he has 3 home runs in this game. Parrish has hit 3, Dawson's hit 2, Perez has hit 1, Cash has hit 1. Mailer set to go now against Warren Cromartie, who has singled, bounced to the pitcher, and doubled. 13 runs, 17 hits for the Expos. Mailer winding his pitch to Cromartie. Fastball outside, ball one. Now the 1-0 pitch fouled back. A ball and a strike to count to Cromartie. Two men out. The wind by Mailer, the 1-1 pitch. High, it's 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery. High pop foul, third base side. Horner and Nolan both chasing. They might collide. Nope. Nolan calls off Horner and makes the play for out number 3. Looks like they're on a collision course there for a moment. But Nolan makes the catch, and that's it for the Expos in the 5th. But they pick up 3 more runs on 3 hits. Homers by Perez and Parrish in the inning. There were no errors, none left. After 4.5, our score, Montreal 13, Atlanta nothing.
Hello, General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Hi, Bob. This is John Bozek, and boy, do I need a travel loan.
Well, we'll get right to work on it, John. Where are you going?
To Paris, Bob, to meet my girlfriend.
Ooh, France is very romantic.
She's not in France, Bob. I've already been there.
I thought you said Paris.
I did, Bob, but she must have meant Paris, Kentucky.
Oh, I see.
Or Paris, Michigan.
Well,
There's also a Paris in Arkansas, Idaho, Illinois, Maine, Mississippi, and Missouri.
My goodness, I had no idea.
New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas.
John?
And Virginia.
That's a lot of traveling. I better rush that loan.
Oh, thanks, Bob, because as soon as I find her, we're going to get married in Portland.
Maine?
There's one in Oregon, too, Bob.
Uh-oh.
And Connecticut, Indiana, North Dakota,
When you
Ohio.
need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 848-9781. That's General Finance at 848-9781.
Heroism, it's a rare commodity these days. Yet there are hundreds of people in the Palm Beaches who've performed an act of heroism, and it took them less than half an hour to do it. They're the people in your community who donate a pint of blood regularly at the Palm Beach Blood Bank. Donating blood is fast, painless, and anyone between the ages of 17 and 65 can do it. It takes so little of your time, but it can save a life, and only you can do it. Give blood. It's a lifesaver.
We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. This is our Goodies home run jackpot inning. Braves need a few, down 13-0. All kinds of defensive changes for Montreal. H.A. Williams, our contestant, for Joe Nolan, who takes the first pitch inside ball one. H.A. Williams of 62nd Street in Fairfield, Alabama. $825 in the Goodies jackpot this afternoon. 1-0 pitch is low, 2-0. Tommy Hutton, the new first baseman for Montreal. Stan Pappy is the new second baseman. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Nolan. Foul back 2-1. Del Unser is the new left fielder. Sammy Mejias is the new right fielder. So the outfield now has Unser in left. Dawson center. And Mejias right. Curve is over. Strike 2 called to count to Nolan 2-2. Infield is Hutton at first, Pappy second, Spire short, Parrish third. We're in the bottom of the 5th. The wind by Fryman, the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Curveball. Catches Nolan looking. That is strikeout number 4 for Woody Fryman. Now the pitcher, Mickey Mailer, batting for the first time. He is hitting for Shirley Bumgardner of Cedar Street in Suffolk, Virginia. First pitch to Mailer misses low, ball 1. Mickey, as a hitter this year, is 2 for 24, batting .083, no extra base hits, 1 RBI. Switch hitter batting right against Fryman. Takes the breaking ball downstairs. 2-0 the count. Low with a fastball. It's 3-0 now to Mickey Mailer. Now the wind by Fryman, the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle with a fastball. Mailer taking all the way. It's 3-1. $825 goes to a lucky listener. If a Brave hits a home run here in the 5th inning. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Mailer. He takes strike 2 calls. Count full now, 3-2. 13-0. Montreal leads it. The wind and the 3-2 pitch. Bouncing ball over the head of Parrish into left field. Base hit. Mickey Mailer with hit number 4 of the afternoon for Atlanta. Before Royster steps in, let's pause for station identification. This is the Braves Baseball Network.
Roger makes staying up nights fun. The Frazier Follies, weeknights at midnight on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230, WJNO in West Palm Beach.
Jerry Royster, the hitter, is 1 for 2. Line to the pitcher in single. He's batting for H.L. Rollins of Tyrone, Georgia. Fryman stretches his pitch to Royster. Foul tip held on to by Carter. 0-1 the count. Mailer not being held at first. Fryman takes a quick look over. The 0-1 pitch, line foul down toward the right field picnic area. Almost landed in the cooler they've got down there. Count 0-2 on Royster. Now the stretch in the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Well, we're going to have some drama here tomorrow night when Pete Rose is in trying to hit in his 44th straight game. We're going to have some drama here today, the next time Larry Parrish steps in. He's hit 3 home runs in this game already. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Royster lines it foul. Down the left field side, count 1-2. Only 7 players in baseball history have ever hit 4 home runs in one game. Here's Fryman stretches 1-2 pitch. High and inside, 2-2. One out, Mailer at first. Woody Fryman gets his sign from Gary Carter. Here's the stretch by the left-hander and the 2-2 pitch. Royster swings, fly ball, pretty well hit to right field. Sandy Mejias going toward the line, has a play though, and makes the catch for out number 2. Holding in first, Mickey Mailer. And now Barry Bonnell batting for Dan Siepker of Ibsen Avenue in Orlando, Florida. Bonnell is 1 for 2, had a bunt single in the first inning, struck out in the third. Fryman looks toward first. Here's his pitch to Barry. Outside, ball 1. The stretch in the 1-0 pitch. High, the count 2-0. 2 outs, Mailer at first. Again, the stretch by Fryman, the 2-0 pitch. Strike called. 2-1, the count on Bonnell. Two on delivery. Grounded toward short. Up with its fire, flips to Pappy at second in time for the fourth, and that's it for the Braves in the fifth. No winner in our goodies jackpot, so tomorrow night the jackpot will be up to $850. In the fifth for Atlanta, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We played 5, and our score stays Montreal 13, our Braves nothing.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Hello, Bob. Dick Snyder.
Hi, Dick.
Vacation time is here again, Bob, so...
Another vacation loan.
Uh-huh.
Where are you and the wife going this year, Dick?
Well, Bob, as you know, we don't care much for do-nothing vacations.
Right, which is why you spent last summer...
Dredging irrigation ditches in Guatemala.
Right.
And this year, Bob, our vacation is taking us to exotic Papua.
For a little surfing sunshine.
No, we're filling sandbags. Lake Papua has to be dammed up again.
Dick, wouldn't your wife enjoy a cruise ship for a change?
Oh, next year, Bob, the SS Wendell.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're going to raise it from the icy depths of the Galumba Sea.
I'll get started on your vacation loan.
Thanks, Bob.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 686-5700. That's General Finance at 686-5700.
Lord, help us find justice.
We don't think that any person should have the indignity of having to choose between medicine and food.
Lord, give us strength and patience.
Never, never give up.
Give us faith
You have to believe in what you're doing.
so we can work with each other.
You are not alone. You have a sphere of influence that goes out and touches a number of other people.
A prayer for justice today from the Campaign for Human Development. People together can make a difference. United States Catholic Conference.
We go to the top half of the sixth inning. Catcher Gary Carter will lead it off for the Expos against Mickey Maylor. Carter is 2 for 3 here this afternoon. He has singled twice and struck out. He'll be followed by the shortstop Chris Fire, then the pitcher Woody Fryman. The wind by Baylor in the pitch. Low and inside. Ball 1 the count on Carter. Now the 1-0 pitch coming. Slow curve stayed high. The count 2-0 on Gary Carter. Expos go back home after this series. They play Pittsburgh at Olympic Stadium in Montreal tomorrow night. That one bounces all the way back to the screen, and the count goes to 3-0 now on Gary Carter. Well, that is some road trip the Pirates are on. They're in Los Angeles today. They'll be in Montreal tomorrow. 3-0 pitch, low and inside. Carter walks to open the sixth. First walk issued by Maylor. Only the second walk off Atlanta pitching, but walks haven't been the problem here today. Home runs have. Expos has pounded out 7 home runs, 13-0. Carter at first. Here's Chris Fire. Fire has singled, walked, and struck out. Baylor stretches and delivers. Fire swings. There's a drive. Deep left center field. Back goes Bunnell. Back goes Burroughs. This one gone. Home run. That makes it 15. For Chris Fire, his 5th home run, RBIs number 35 and 36. $15-0, Montreal. Now the pitcher, Woody Fryman. He is a sacrifice bunt, a strikeout, and was thrown out pitcher to first. There's a drive, deep left center field. Back goes Burroughs. He looks up. It is off the wall in left center. Fryman will take the turn at first and hold there. He just doesn't want to exert himself. That's a single off the left center field wall by Fryman. The most home runs in a game by one club is 8, and the record has just been tied by Montreal. It's been done 3 other times in the National League. The Milwaukee Braves did it in 1953, the Cincinnati Reds in 1956, the San Francisco Giants in 1961. This is Stan Pappy batting for the first time. He came on to play second base. Takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Pappy hitting .262, no homers, 6 RBIs. Mailer stretches his 1-0 pitch. High pop foul, third base side. Horner giving it a chase. Will not have a play. It's in the seats. So the Expos have tied a major league record here today with 8 home runs in one game. It's been done 3 times in the American League by the Yankees in 1939, the Minnesota Twins in 1963, and the Boston Red Sox on July 4th last season. We're only in the 6th inning. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1. Andre Dawson has tied a major league record here today with 2 home runs in 1 inning. Larry Parrish has hit 3 homers in this game. Will be up at least one more time. Here's the stretch and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at the curve. The count 2-2. Pappy, a right-hand hitter, hasn't played much for the Expos this year. .27 years old from Fresno, California. There's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit, center field. Woody Fryman lopes down to second where he'll stay. That is hit number 20 for the Expos. Now the center fielder, Andre Dawson. He has flied to right, homered twice, and flied to left. 15-0 is our score. Paid attendance here this afternoon, 10,834. 10,834. Still nobody out in the inning. The pitch to Dawson, change up way outside, ball 1. This is the kind of game where if you're the manager, you just kind of walk up and down the dugout and ask anybody in there if they'd like to pitch. Here's the 1-0 pitch, fouled off at the plate. Earl Weaver, earlier this year in a game where the Orioles were getting trounced, used a couple of non-pitchers to pitch, outfielder Larry Harlow and catcher Ellie Hendricks. We might see something like that here today before this is over. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a line drive, base hit to left field. Woody Fryman around third. He's going to try to score. Here comes the throw from Jeff Burroughs. Cut off by Horner. Throws to third. Out at third is Stan Pappy. So the run scores on the base hit by Dawson to make it 16-0. Pappy out trying to go from first to third. The left fielder Burroughs to the third baseman Horner, who cut the throw to the plate off and threw to the shortstop Royster to put the tag on. So it's a 7-5-6 play at third. That is hit number 21 for Montreal. And here's Sam Mejias batting for the first time. Takes a curve strike. 1 out now with Dawson the runner at first. Mejias batting 185 for the year. No homers, 2 RBIs. Came on to play right field in the 5th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Curve over, strike 2 call. Stretching Mailer is 0-2 pitch. Fouled back. That one got Joe Nolan. He'll shake it off. The count will stay 0-2. Mejias has been used primarily defensively. This is the 46th game he's played in, but only the 28th time he's been up to bat all year. He's from the Dominican Republic. Now the 0-2 pitch. Curve outside, 1-2. Down at first, Dawson gets his lead. The stretch in the 1-2. Little bloop hit down the left field side, giving it a Chase Horner. It's going to drop foul. Jerry Royster also over. No chance for a play. Ball was not hit that high. So the count of Mejias stays at 1-2. Expos scored 1 in the second, 8 in the third, 1 in the fourth, 3 in the fifth. They have 3 here in the sixth inning, with 1 out and Dawson the runner at first. The stretch by Mailer, the 1-2 pitch. Curve got him looking. First strikeout for Mickey Mailer. That's out number 2 here in the top half of the sixth inning, and now Tommy Hutton will bat for the first time. Hutton came on to play first base in the fifth inning. He is 0 for 10 since coming over to the Expos. Hit .253 in 64 games at Toronto. Mailer stretches his pitch. Curve over, strike 1 call. Hutton, a left-hand hitter. Now the 0-1 delivery. Line drive, left field. Is going to drop in, base hit. Burroughs gets it back to the infield. Dawson stopping at second. That is hit number 22 for Montreal. And now the fans, I think, are going to be on the side of the Expos for this hitter, Larry Parrish. Larry Parrish has hit 3 home runs in this game. Only 7 other players in Major League history have ever hit 4 home runs in one game, and Parrish has got a chance to do that. He's also doubled. He has scored 4 runs and driven in 5. 2 out. Hutton at first, Dawson at second. The stretch by Mailer, the pitch. Inside with a fastball, ball 1. Parrish, the 8th man to bat here in the 6th inning. Here's the stretch by Mailer, the 1-0 pitch. Curve low, 2-0. And you know that Parrish isn't up there thinking about just getting a base hit and helping the average. He knows what he's done. Here's the 2-0 pitch to him. Curve strike in the inside corner, 2-1. Expos have set a team record here today with their 22 hits. The runners lead. Mailer turns, throws back towards second, getting back safely Andre Dawson. They count 2-1 on Parrish. The stretch by Mailer and the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He was going for downtown. Batting helmet flew off. The count 2-2. If Parrish doesn't do it this time, he will get one more at bat. This is only the 6th inning. So no matter what he does here, he will bat at least one more time in this game in the 9th. Here's the stretch by Mailer and the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Mailer strikes out Larry Parrish. Second strikeout for Mickey, out number 3 here in the 6th. But Montreal comes up with 3 more runs on 5 hits. There were no Atlanta errors and a couple of men left. And at the end of 5.5, our score now, Montreal 16, Atlanta nothing.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Bob, it's Bruce Russell, and I'm ready to go with an auto loan.
Good. We'll be happy to arrange it.
You know, Bob, a lot of guys buy on impulse, but I shop around, you know.
Well, you should. A car is an important decision.
Took my time, gave it a lot of thought, and I know exactly what I want.
What are you getting?
I'm getting the 2-tone headrest, ashtrays front and back, and fully upholstered trunk.
I meant what kind of car you're buying.
Bob, next time you see me, I'll be driving a sporty DeSoto runabout.
Bruce, I don't think they make that car anymore.
My second choice is the ever-popular Packard Coupe.
Bruce, I hate to say this, but...
Automobile?
No.
Broadway Limited?
That's a train.
Well, let me look through this World's Fair catalog again. Pierce Arrow, Nash Rose.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 586-5160. That's General Finance at 586-5160.
Pete Rose goes for consecutive game number 44 in his hitting streak. Tuesday night will be Dale Murphy poster night when the Braves play the Reds. Braves and champion Spark Plugs will give the first 5,000 youngsters attending that game a free full-color poster of young Braves slugger Dale Murphy. And then Wednesday night will be a Braves bleacher bum night against the Reds. General admission seating will be just $1 for everyone. So save $1 in general admission Wednesday night when the Reds are here. Another defensive change for Montreal as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Pepe Frias is the new shortstop. Gary Matthews leads off the inning for Atlanta, takes a high fastball, ball one. Matthews hit by a pitch in the first, struck out in the third. Swing and a miss at the fastball. That's 1-1. Chico Ruiz loosening up down in the Atlanta bullpen. Bobby Cox will give his regulars a little rest, too, it looks like, in this game. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Matthews swings, ground ball. Frias to his left, up with it, throws on to first. Nice play. Pepe Frias throws out Matthews. Short to first for out number one. And now Jeff Burrows, who is fly to right and fly to center. Those of you who may just be joining us, may have tuned in late, wondering where Ernie Johnson may be today. Unfortunately, Ernie called away to serve as a pallbearer at the funeral for Franklin Brooks, former Georgia Tech football coach. He'll be back with us tomorrow night. The pitch to Burrows. Takes a curve strike, 0-1. The top of the seventh, we'll check some scores for you. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch to Jeff Burrows. High pop foul. This one will drop out of play in the first base seats. And the count 1-2 on Jeff. One out, base is empty. Fryman nods Jeff to the sign from Gary Carter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curve missed low, 2-2. Now the 2-2 delivery. Bouncing ball, it is fair, bouncing off the hand of the third base umpire. Picked up now by third baseman Parrish. He throws over to first, not in time. The ball hit the third base bag, then hit the hand of third base umpire Jerry Dale as he was signaling fair ball. Caromed off Dale's hand right into the glove of Parrish. He threw across the first, but not in time. So it's a base hit for Jeff Burrows, infield variety. Cito Gaston will now come on to pinch run for Burrows. So Gaston running for Burrows with one out. Bob Horner, the hitter. Horner trying to extend a 10-game hitting streak is 0 for 2. He has popped to second and grounded out to first. Well, they've had some unusual plays in this game. Base runner colliding with his coach. Now a ground ball striking an umpire and staying in play. Would have been probably an extra base hit for Burrows had the ball not hit the hand of Dale. Fryman pitching to Horner. It's foul off the plate. 0-2, the count on Bob Horner. Batting with one out. Gaston pinch running for Burrows at first. Correction, 1-1 the count. There's the 1-1 pitch. Drilled toward third. Parrish grabs it. Looks back toward first, but Gaston back there safely. So Horner hit it hard, but right at Parrish. That's out number 2. Now Dale Murphy. He's trying to extend a hitting streak, too. He's hit safely in 6 straight games coming into this one. He's flied to right and grounded to second here. Gaston leads from first. A look over by Fryman. And the pitch to Murph. Fouled back. 0-1. 16 runs, 22 hits for Montreal. No runs, 5 hits for Atlanta. Fryman stretches the 0-1 pitch. Low, it's 1-1. Fryman has pitched very well since the Expos got him back. This is his 8th game. He's 3-3 with an earned run average of 2.16 for Montreal. His ERA was over 5 when the Expos got him. There's a bouncing ball slowly hit up the middle. Nice play by second baseman Pappy, but a throw to first not in time. The throw pulled Hutton off the bag at first, but it'll be scored an infield single. So Dale Murphy now has a 7-game hitting streak. Now Bob Beal will come on to run for Dale Murphy. Beal running at first for Murphy. Gaston down at second. Pinch running for Burroughs. 2 outs, and Rod Gilbreth up. Gilbreth 0 for 2. He has bounced to third and was thrown out pitcher to first. Woody Fryman stretches. Here's his pitch to Gilbreth. Swing and a miss. He chased a low fastball. 0-1. We'll have some final scores to pass along to you from the American League. And we check our scores in the 7th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1-1. Beal running at first, Gaston at second. 2 outs. And a count of 1-1 on Rod Gilbreth. Fryman stretches his 1-1 pitch. Just missed inside, 2-1. Now the 2-1 delivery. Pop foul. Back toward the press box. The count on Gilbreth even now, 2-2. Runners get their leads. There's Fryman's stretch. His 2-2 pitch grounded toward short. Pepe Frias has it. Fires to second in time for the force of Beal, and that's it for the Braves in the 6th. No runs, 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left. At the end of 6, our score stays Montreal 16, Atlanta nothing.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Carrie Potterfield here, Bob, for a home repair loan.
That can be easily arranged, Carrie. Some damage at home?
Yeah, our little Binky is getting kind of playful.
What breed is he?
He's an American buffalo, Bob.
A buffalo?
The wife heard they were an endangered species, so we took one in.
You must have a big house.
You bet. 2 bedrooms.
Is there room for all of you, Carrie?
Oh, sure, unless Binky chases a car. He likes to bring him home, Bob.
I see.
And this morning he was sleeping at the foot of our bed when he hears the milkman.
You sleep with a buffalo.
Binky just ran right out to lick his hand, so we need a loan.
I don't follow.
Binky can't open the door, Bob.
Oh, so he just went right through the right. Well, I'll get to work on your home repair loan, Carrie.
Oh, thanks, Bob. Sit, Binky. No, not there.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 848-9781. That's General Finance at 848-9781.
Well, we know a lot of you that listen to Braves baseball all around the Southeast come to Atlanta to see games, but those of you that don't have a chance to come to Atlanta, a lot of you would still like to get a hold of a Braves souvenir, such as a yearbook, batting helmet, T-shirt, bleach a creature doll, or whatever. Well, Braves novelties are available by mail. Simply send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Braves at Box 4064, Atlanta 30302, and we'll send you complete Braves novelty information. Wholesale changes made by the Braves here. Darrell Cheney into the game at shortstop. He will bat in the leadoff spot. Barry Bonnell moves from center field to right field. Batting third now will be Roland Office in center field. Cito Gaston stays in the game in left field. Chico Ruiz comes into the game. He'll bat fifth and play second base. Bob Beal stays in the game at first base. Rod Gilbreth moves to third base. The The batter is Del Unser batting for the first time. The count on him 2-0. Unser batting .214, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Came on to play left field in the 5th inning. We're in the 7th. Mickey Mailer winding. Here's his 2-0 pitch to Unser. Bouncing ball towards second. Chico Ruiz fields. Flips it over to Beal at first in time. 1 down. Now Gary Carter, who was singled twice, struck out and walked. On our scoreboard, the Yankees beat Minnesota 4-3. Rich Gossage got the win. Mike Marshall the loss. Chicago over Texas 5-4. LeGros over Cleveland. Detroit beat Seattle 5-4. Wilcox over Abbott. Milwaukee 10, Toronto 5. Stein the winner, Murphy the loser. California at Baltimore, it's 1-0 Angels after 6.5. Oakland at Cleveland tied up 3-3 after 6. Pitch to Carter, foul back, strike 1. In Boston after 6.5, Kansas City leads the Red Sox 2-0. In the National League after 6.5, Reds 4, Phillies 1. Foster and Dreesen have Cincinnati home runs. Pete Rose has a hit. He's now hit in 43 straight. Chicago at San Francisco also underway. It's 2-1 Giants after 5. That pitch almost hit Gary Carter. Curveball down around his ankles. Rolls back to the screen. The count 1-1 on Carter. One out. Base is empty. Carter a little upset about that pitch. It's a warm afternoon down on that field. The last thing he wants to do is get hit on the ankle by a pitched ball this late in the game that he's having a lot of fun playing in. There's a curve low and the count 2-1. The line by Mailer, the 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-1 the count. There are 3 other National League games starting later. New York at Houston, St. Louis at San Diego, and Pittsburgh at Los Angeles. Bouncing ball foul down towards third. Norm Sherry tried to field that ball. Caromed off his hands, hit him in the head. He's had a rough afternoon, but he's having fun, too. And you're leading by 16 runs. You don't mind those things. He had a base runner run into him early in the game. Count full on Carter, 3-2. Here's the wind by Mailer in the pitch. There's a drive down the left field line. Gaston chasing it, won't get it, off the wall. Carter takes the turn at first, trying for 2. The throw to second base, not in time. Relay man, Darrell Cheney, got the ball stuck in his glove, so it's a double for Gary Carter. Carter's 3rd hit of the day, his 16th double of the year. It's hit number 23 for Montreal. The 6th off Mailer. Carter now with 8 hits in this series. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them doubles. Now Pepe Frias the hitter. Frias batting .250. No homers, 3 RBIs, batting for the first time. He came on to play shortstop in the 6th inning. Swings, hits this one back up the middle, base hit. Carter around third. He's going to score. Office will get the ball back to second. Frias has just driven in his 4th run of the year to make it 17-0.
Pete, when I heard on the radio that Ernie was off at a funeral, I thought I'd come up here and take some of the heat with you. I think you've been handling yourself very well, but, you know, it looks to me like you could use a color man.
How'd you like to do a little play-by-play?
Well, let me just try to be colorful a while.
Here's Woody Fryman. 0-1 the count as he doesn't get the curveball.
Let me warm up a little, you know. I mean, you know, relief pitchers gets a few warm-up tosses before they put him in, right?
There's the 0-1 pitch. It's low. 1-1. It's just been one of those days, folks. Montreal.
That's what I was going to say.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Fryman outside, 2-1. Haven't been many of them this year, but
I mean, it's not the Battle of Britain, you know. I mean, you know, you're going to lose some games. At least we're doing it in grand style.
Here's the 2-1 to Fryman. It's a foul over toward the on-deck circle. 2-2 the count. Only one out. 17 runs and 24 hits in the game for Montreal. They've scored in every inning except the first. Here's Mailer's stretch, his 2-2 pitch. Fryman hits this one foul. Still 2-2.
I thought this heat was going to melt these Northerners, but looks like it's melted us instead.
There's the 2-2 again to Fryman. There's a high fly ball center field. This will be handled by Office easily. Sunglasses down, makes the catch, 2 down. Before Pappy steps in, let's pause for station identification. This is the Braves Baseball Network.
Trivia throughout the night with Mitch Sandler, a very unusual program. Saturday nights at midnight here on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230 WJNO, West Palm Beach.
Pappy, the hitter, he's been up once, had a base hit. That came in the 6th inning. Frias, the runner at first. Mickey Mailer's pitch on the way. Pappy backs away from a high inside fastball, ball 1.
Hey, Pete, why don't we see how many people listen to the radio in the stadium? All the beautiful girls that are listening to the radio here in the stadium, stand up and wave at Pete Manuel.
Got some?
There was a slightly overweight fella down there. Looked a little like Mike Marshall.
Count 1-1 on Stan Pappy.
These binoculars are real helpful.
Now it's 1-2 as he doesn't get the curveball. 2 outs. Frias at first, not being held. Mailer takes a quick look over the 1-2 pitch. Inside, 2-2. Well, I know you're looking forward to tomorrow night just as much as the rest of us are when Pete Rose comes to town trying for his 44th consecutive game with a hit.
Yeah, we ought to have a good crowd.
There's a ground ball to third. Gilbreth fields it, throws to Ruiz at second in time for the 4th on Frias, and that's out number 3. But in the 7th, one more Montreal run on 2 hits. There were no errors, 1 left, and at the end of 6 1/2, our score, Montreal 17, Atlanta nothing.
Hello, General Finance. Friendly Bob Adams speaking.
It's Steve Doorman here, Bob. You loaned me some money to get married 6 months ago.
Right, Steve. How are things working out for the newlyweds?
Just great, Bob.
Something the matter, Steve?
Well, I came home early one day last week, and I caught her.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Steve.
There they were, all there, under the bed.
I'm not quite following you, Steve.
I caught her hiding the bills we've received for the last 6 months.
Still not reading you, Steve. Why don't you spell it out?
Well, she wanted to show me how far she could stretch $1, so...
Oh, she hid the bills.
Right, Bob, and now I owe...
Oh, 6 months worth of bills.
Right, Bob.
Well, dry your eyes, Steve. A consolidation loan will take care of those bills. And remember, you can always get a little help from a friend at General Finance.
Come out from under the bed, Audrey.
Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 686-5700. That's General Finance at 686-5700.
Did you know that the shelf life of whole blood donated at the Palm Beach Blood Bank is only 21 days? It's true, and that's why it's important that blood be donated on a regular basis. Our supply of blood at the Palm Beach Blood Bank isn't permanent. It has to be replaced constantly, and that's where you come in. Donating blood is fast, painless, and anyone between 17 and 65 can do it. Give blood. It's a lifesaver.
Joe Nolan, the hitter, as we lead off the bottom half of the 7th inning. Swings and misses, strike 1. He's 0 for 2, has struck out twice. Yeah, we are. The Expos have hit 8 home runs in this game. That ties the major league record. They need 1 more to break it.
When was that?
Been done 6 times, most recently a couple of years ago. 1-1 now to Nolan. Woody Fryman, who's been coasting here today, delivers the 1-1 pitch low. It's 2-1.
What was the last team to do it, Pete? Uh-oh, here we go.
Have to look that one up. I think it was the Yankees. Might be wrong, though.
Nolan's rubbing his hands in the dirt. time call. Now he's back in the box. His feet flipped through the record book. I thought you'd be able to call that right at the top of your head, Pete. There's so many records in this game, aren't there?
An awful lot of them. About 574 pages worth.
There's a...
Oh, great catch by center fielder Andre Dawson on a line drive to center. Dawson making a shoe-top catch, take the extra base hit away from Nolan. Last time it was done was by the Red Sox last year, July 4th last year against Toronto. Milwaukee Braves did it in 1953 against the Pirates. And it happened to the Milwaukee Braves twice. Once in 56 against Cincinnati and once in 61 against the Giants.
So we've been involved 3 times out of the 8. Now we're already involved 4 times. Or 4 out of 9.
Mickey Mailer, the hitter, takes the ball. He had a base hit back in the 5th inning, his only other time up. Now a curve over for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, everything works out for the best, because if we hadn't been last year, we wouldn't have gotten Horner, so...
Count now 1-2 as Mailer fouls one off. Well, this ball club the last 6 weeks or so has really been playing excellent baseball. Only the Dodgers have a better record over the last 6 weeks in the National League.
You got to, like we've all done here, we've kept our spirits up when the days were dark.
Mailer grounds one towards second. Pappy over to Hutton in time for out number 2.
I got to tell you a cute little story. At the end of last season, after we lost 101 games, I was having lunch with Rankin Smith, Sr., a real nice guy, that owns the Falcons. And he said, Turner, what's it like to lose 101 games during one season? I said, it's rough if you look at it that way, but we won 61, and you haven't won 61 in 10 years with the Falcons.
Here's Darrell Cheney batting for the first time.
I was just looking at it from the positive side. We could have lost 162.
Cheney bounces on the third. Great play by Parrish. Throws on to first in time. Larry Parrish, who's having himself a career here this afternoon, makes a diving stop along the line, throws out Cheney, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Nothing across for Atlanta in the 7th. After 7, score stays. Montreal 17, Atlanta nothing.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
It's Susan Slava, Bob, and I need an emergency loan.
Oh, what happened, Susan?
A pipe burst in the basement, Bob. It was a regular flood.
Well, an emergency loan can help.
Oh, good, because we're really getting hungry.
Hungry?
But the water got in the pantry and washed off all the labels on the canned goods.
So now you can't eat.
Oh, we eat, but we discovered some strange combinations when we opened up the cans.
I see.
Like we served the in-laws chocolate syrup and bacon bits.
Well, I'm sure they understand.
Well, they did until breakfast when they got smoked oysters and sauerkraut.
We can rush that loan, Susan.
Oh, thanks, Bob. Hey, can I send you a can of asparagus spears?
No, that's...
Or is this cat food?
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 586-5160. That's General Finance at 586-5160.
Well, again, for those of you who listen to our broadcast around the Southeast and don't get a chance to come to Atlanta to see a game, we, of course, invite you to, maybe tomorrow night when Pete Rose and the Reds are in town. But you still can get Braves souvenirs. Braves novelties are available by mail. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Braves at Box 4064, Atlanta 30302, and we'll be happy to send you complete Braves novelty information. Everything from yearbooks to Bleacher Creature dolls.
The top of the 8th, he's homered twice. Mailer's still on the mound. The wind-up. Here comes the pitch. He swings at it. Looks a little like it was on the inside corner of the plate. So the count on Dawson is now 0-1. Gilbert's at third. Cheney at short. Chico Ruiz at second. Uh-oh. Looked like it hit him. Uh-oh. Dawson is mad.
Uh-oh,
the benches are empty. Umpire's got Dawson restraining him. Mailer's standing there. They're emptying the benches. Chris Canizaro's holding Dawson. The pitch just got away from Mickey, obviously. There's a lot of words being exchanged. Both dugouts are empty. Doesn't look like there's going to be any violence, though, other than has already occurred. Dawson's really mad. He throws his bat back towards the dugout. Did that ball hit him?
Grazed him on the top of the batting helmet.
Well, looked to me like he got out of there pretty fast. It would have cut him in half. All right, Dawson's being walked down to first base now. I guess the first base coach has got his arm around him to keep him away from Mailer. Umpires are down there talking now to Dawson and first base coach or the man. Who's that, Dick Williams out there? That must be Williams. It's hard to tell these guys from up here when they're all wrapped up around each other and you can't read their numbers. So Williams walks Dawson down to first base. Even the guys, Gene Garber and Easterly and Poco and Chopper Campbell head back all the way to the bullpen. They ran all the way from the bullpen right here to home plate for the rhubarb. It was a good one. Just words were exchanged. Williams trots back towards the Expo dugout. Well, we've seen a lot here today. I'm sure Mailer didn't mean to do that, I think. If I did think he meant to, I wouldn't say it. Okay, now Sam Mejias is up. Bull Tiger, that means outfielder, right? They've got these French names up. Doesn't that mean outfielder?
Voltigeur.
Sounds like a tiger from the outside or something. Dawson takes a big lead, and Mailer looks at him. Mailer might hit him again. If you hit a runner, does he get to advance another base?
If you hit a runner, you run.
No, what if you hit him with a ball? If you're throwing the ball over to the runner and you just cork him good, does he get to go to second?
No, but
he could just pound him to death there.
You get to take an early shower, though.
Okay, the count's even 1-1 now. As Dawson's standing over there with his hands on his hips, kind of baiting Mailer. Mailer glances over. Here's a chopper to short. Could be two. And it is. Double base, turn to double play. Cheney caught the ball, stepped on the bag, and threw the field for the second out. So Mejia grounds into a double play. And now we got this Hutton fella. I keep thinking of Barbara Hutton. What's this? Tommy Hutton, right? Well, there's been a lot of famous Huttons. Huttons and Sutton. Hutton going lefty against the lefty Mailer, who's been racked up now 2 days in succession. You know, I think he went 18. It was really funny and a lot of fun as the whole game is. That at the beginning of the season, Mickey had gone he pitched 18 shutout innings, and I saw him down there. He was telling everybody, I haven't given up an earned run yet. I said, but you haven't pitched very much, son. You'll give some up before it's over. He's a great kid, and he's got a great future if he can get some people out now. It's great to see Easterly come back and have such a great outing last night after being shaky a lot of the season. Oh, he sits Hutton down with an inside pitch, but I think Hutton was just doing a little grandstanding there. Hutton fouls one off at the plate to count 2-2. You know, Pete, I thought that after last night that if we could just get in their bullpen early, they wouldn't have had a bullpen left. But of course, the reverse happened. They got in the eye.
That's been a weakness of their club all season.
Okay, the count's full now, 3-2 on Hutton. Here comes the windup and the pitch. Outside, Hutton walks. So now, we've got 2 out, and here he comes. Mr. Pye. He's the fellow that's already hit 3, right?
He's hit 3. Only 7 other players have ever hit 4 homers in one game, and he's got a chance to tie that mark right here.
Did Reggie Jackson hit 4 in the last game of the series?
3 in the last game of the series.
That tied a record, or both the records for World Series play, right? Harris takes a called strike at first pitch. Ha-ha, 0-2. As young Mickey Naylor seems to be settling down now. Hutton's not taking much of a lead, and he's not being held at first. With a 17-run lead, you know, he probably won't be going. Since Solomon. All right, Parrish is struck out. Naylor goes down swinging as Naylor heads back to the dugout to a loud clapping of hands, and the patient Braves fans are still here. Okay, right. So, top of the 8th, no run. Now we go to this commercial message.
Hello, General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Hi, Bob. This is John Bozek, and boy, do I need a travel loan.
Well, we'll get right to work on it, John. Where are you going?
To Paris, Bob, to meet my girlfriend.
Ooh, France is very romantic.
Yeah, she's not in France, Bob. I've already been there.
I thought you said Paris.
I did, Bob, but she must have meant Paris, Kentucky.
Oh, I see.
Or Paris, Michigan.
Well,
There's also a Paris in Arkansas, Idaho, Illinois, Maine, Mississippi, and Missouri.
My goodness, I had no idea
New
there
York,
was...
Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Texas.
John?
And Virginia.
That's a lot of traveling. I better rush that loan.
Oh, thanks, Bob, because as soon as I find her, we're going to get married in Portland.
Maine?
There's one in Oregon, too, Bob.
Uh-oh.
And Connecticut, Indiana, North Dakota,
When
Ohio.
you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 848-9781. That's General Finance at 848-9781.
We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Barry Bonnell, Roland Office, and Cito Gaston.
Got to get something going here, Pete. Let's see, we got to score about 9 runs an inning here to get back in it. Well, we could go 8 one inning and 9 the other if we can hold them in the 9th.
Bonnell's 1 for 3, had a single back in the first inning. I want to get your reaction to something on this Willie Keeler story here. First pitch is low, ball 1. Got a story about the year 1892 in the Baltimore Orioles, the team that Keeler played on. There's the 1-0 pitch. Strike in the count, 1-1. Orioles finished in last place in 1892. They lost 10 of their first 11 games. First, the 1-1 pitch to Bonnell. There's a high drive, deep left field, but Unser looks like he's going to have room back on the edge of the warning track. He's got it, 1 down. Office will be next. Baltimore Orioles in 1892 with Wee Willie Keeler lost 10 of their first 11 games. The team was so bad that owner Harry Von Horst, who also owned a brewery, shocked the baseball world by replacing manager George Van Haltren with one of his beer salesmen.
Well, must have been a good beer salesman. That might have hurt the beer company.
Here's Office. Batting for the first time. Fryman came sidearm, missed inside. Office
What was
batting
the name of the beer?
263. Don't know.
Probably gone now. Maybe it's National Bohemia. Beer still owns the Baltimore club.
Count 1-1 now at Office. Now the 1-1 pitch. Got the outside corner. It's 1-2. Well, tomorrow night should be a real exciting night here at the stadium. Pete Rose and the Cincinnati Reds come to town. Rose will be trying to hit in his 44th consecutive game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Don't forget Tuesday and Wednesday, too.
That's 5 strikeouts for Fryman. Right, if Rose ties the record tomorrow night, ties Keeler's record, he'll be trying for 45 games in a row on Tuesday night.
Everybody has a chance to be a little bit of history, you know. A lot of records have been broken here. Hank Aaron's home run record. Now Pete Rose.
Tom Seaver will pitch Tuesday night. Here's Cito taking a pitch low, ball 1.
Hey, Pittsburgh's beating L.A.
High fly ball, center field. Dawson going back to the warning track, reaches up and takes it for out number 3. Well, a fly to left by Bonnell, a strikeout of Office, and a fly to center by Gaston, and that's it for the Braves in the 8th. Nothing across. We go to the 9th with our score. Montreal 17, Atlanta nothing.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Hello, Bob. Dick Snyder.
Hi, Dick.
Vacation time is here again, Bob, so...
Another vacation loan.
Uh-huh.
Where are you and the wife going this year, Dick?
Well, Bob, as you know, we don't care much for do-nothing vacations.
Right, which is why you spent last summer...
Dredging irrigation ditches in Guatemala.
Right.
And this year, Bob, our vacation is taking us to exotic Papua.
For a little surfing sunshine.
No, we're filling sandbags. Lake Papua has to be dammed up again.
Dick, wouldn't your wife enjoy a cruise ship for a change?
Oh, next year, Bob, the SS Wendell.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we're going to raise it from the icy depths of the Galumba Sea.
I'll get started on your vacation loan.
Thanks, Bob.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 686-5700. That's General Finance at 686-5700.
Senior citizens have a great deal to give.
We have behind us all the years of their experience and their hardships and their sorrows and their happiness, too.
That makes a difference when you're senior citizens fighting for a future. Justice for them today means hope for the seniors of tomorrow.
We're paving the way for them, as well as taking care of ourselves.
People together can make a difference. Campaign for Human Development, United States Catholic.
Dell Unser leading off the ninth for Montreal takes the strike. Unser batting for the second time. He grounded out his first time up. Now Mailer's 0-1 pitch. That misses low, and the count even, 1-1. The wind by Mailer, the 1-1 pitch. A little high, 2-1 the count. Unser, Carter, and Frias, the scheduled hitters. Dick Williams giving all of his regulars a rest the latter part of this game, with the exception of Parrish, who had a chance for a fourth home run and struck out both in the sixth inning and the eighth inning. And a little surprisingly, Gary Carter's still in there. I thought maybe Ed Herman might catch the latter inning. 3-1 pitch is grounded in the hole to right field, base hit. So Unser leads off the ninth with a single.
You know, if the fence was at the warning track, we'd have about 5 homers, and if the frog grew wings, he wouldn't bounce when he hit. Right?
I guess so. There's Gary Carter. Carter has singled twice, struck out, walked, and doubled.
Have you ever caught a ball in this net?
That's Ernie's.
I know, but have you ever used it when he wasn't here?
No.
Maybe I'll catch one.
First pitch to Carter is low, ball 1.
That'd be a record. Tied by many.
There's Mailer's 1-0 pitch. Low again, 2-0, the count on Gary Carter. Pepe Frias, the on-deck hitter. Big inning for Montreal was the third. They scored 8 runs in that inning. Andre Dawson hit 2 home runs in the inning. There's the 2-0 pitch. There's a drive deep left center field. Gaston back. It is bouncing over the wall.
Ground rule double.
Another double for Gary Carter.
Right in the gap.
That is his second double of the game. Expos have just tied a National League record for 55 total bases in one game. 60 is the overall Major League record held by the Boston Red Sox. 26 hits in the game now for the Expos. Here's Pepe Frias. He's single, driving in a run, his only time up. First pitch high and outside, ball 1. Carter in this series has 5 doubles and a home run. The 1-0 pitch to Frias. High fly ball center. Rolling off his camps under it. He's got it. Tagging at third and coming on to score is Unser. Carter moves to third. So give Frias another RBI. That makes it 18-0.
We really got our work cut out for us in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, we do.
What's the most runs ever scored in one inning?
21, I think it is.
Well,
been done before.
Been done, it can be done again.
There's pitcher Woody Fryman.
But we don't have many pinch hitters left, you know.
Fryman 1 for 4. There's a drive, deep left center field. Office giving it a chase toward the wall. This one's going to bounce over the wall.
Another ground rule double. That makes it 19-0.
Well, a record's 21. We were kind of figuring we'd have to have, might as well let them score 20 and then come back with a big inning in the bottom of the ninth.
That is hit number 27 for Montreal. 19-0 our score.
Now that set the record. Now, you know, for the most bases, what's that make it, about 57 bases? Set the National League record. Nobody thought any records were going to be set here today. They were waiting for tomorrow, but here we've got records going all over the place.
Tell you what the Expos are trying to do here. They would like nothing better than to bat around and give Larry Parrish one more chance at that fourth home run. There's Stan Pappy. Takes the ball low. Pappy 1 for 2. He's singled and hit into a fourth play. Only one out in the inning. The 1-0 pitch. High pop-up, shallow center. Cheney back. Office in. It'll be Office making the call and the catch for out number 2. Before Andre Dawson steps in, let's pause for station identification. This is the Braves Baseball Network.
The Atlanta Braves sports specials, contests, and giveaways make weekends very special on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230, WJNO, West Palm Beach.
Andre Dawson has homered twice, singled, fly to right, fly to left, was hit by a pitch in the 8th inning with both benches emptying as Dawson started out toward Mailer. And nothing more than words were exchanged. Here's the stretch in the pitch. Dawson swings, line drive, center field. That'll drop in, base hit. Stopping at third, Woody Fryman as the throw comes back to the infield. That's the 4th hit of the day for Dawson. Hit number 28 for Montreal.
Wow.
This has been an awesome show by the Expos today. Give them credit.
It's almost like that end of the world deal we're going to have.
Except instead of taking 9 innings, that's only going to take one.
But
One
it's
shot.
only one game. It only counts as one game. These kind don't bother me as much as the one runner, tell you the truth.
They don't bother the players as much either. They know they're going to have a game or two like this every year.
Well, once a lifetime's enough.
Mejia's the hitter, takes the pitch low, ball 1. He's 0 for 2, is struck out and grounded into a double play. Pops the next pitch foul back into the seats, 1-1 the count.
Ooh, a man fell trying to get that ball. Oh, they're fighting for it. One man lost his glasses, but now it looks like ice. Looks like a little kid or a girl got the ball after all those big men were scrambling.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and inside, 2-1.
A lot going on out here. Fans waving up here. Got to have their radio down there. It's always darkest just before the dawn or the end, you know. Have you ever wondered whether it's the end of the beginning or the beginning of the end?
I never even thought about it. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a drive to deep right center field. Office giving it a chase. Makes a nice running grab. Good catch by Roland Office for out number 3.
Braves got to have a big inning as they go to the bottom of the ninth. The score 19-0.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Bob, it's Bruce Russell, and I'm ready to go with an auto loan.
Good. We'll be happy to arrange it.
You know, Bob, a lot of guys buy on impulse, but I shop around, you know.
Well, you should. A car is an important decision.
Took my time, gave it a lot of thought, and I know exactly what I want.
What are you getting?
I'm getting the two-tone headrest, ashtrays front and back, and fully upholstered trunk.
I meant what kind of car you're buying.
Bob, next time you see me, I'll be driving a sporty DeSoto runabout.
Bruce, I don't think they make that car anymore.
My second choice is the ever-popular Packard Coupe.
Bruce, I hate to say this, but...
Automobile?
No.
Broadway Limited?
That's a train.
Well, let me look through this World's Fair catalog again. Pierce Arrow, Nash Rose.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 586-5160. That's General Finance at 586-5160.
Hitters against Woody Fryman, whose pitching has been a little overlooked here today with the Expos pounding out 28 hits and 19 runs, but he's pitching shutout baseball. Allowed only 6 hits.
Pete, how would you have liked to have been the damage control officer that Emperor Hirohito sent down to Nagasaki and Hiroshima to give a report of the damage? You know, we had 200 B-29s at Okinawa. What if we'd have just dropped 200 atomic bombs on them, one on every city, you know, and not given the Japanese a chance to surrender? That would have been the end of the world for Japan. We were really nice guys. That was a much bigger disaster than what occurred today.
Chico Ruiz making his second Major League appearance at the plate. Takes the strike from Woody Fryman, 0-1.
Chico's a fine guy. He's been down there at Richmond for a long time, and he's played real well. He helps the younger players.
Here's the line in the 0-1 pitch. Fouled off. That's got a little piece of plate umpire John McSherry, and the count 0-2. If you want to be as optimistic as you possibly can in this inning, look at it this way. If the Braves bat around twice, Chico's third time up this inning, he'll represent the tying run.
There are no outs.
1-2 the count. Here's the 1-2 from Fryman. Bouncing ball deep in the hole short. Nice play. Frias throws on to first. Pulls Hutton off the bag, but Hutton reaches out and tags Ruiz for the out. That was a nice play by Frias because he almost ran into third baseman Larry Parrish, and he threw over Parrish on to first to get Ruiz for out number 1. Now Bob Beal, the hitter. Came on as a pinch runner in the 6th inning. Stayed in the game to play first base. Got a big pinch hit in the game here last night. And the Braves came back to win after falling behind. Beal batting .228 in the year. No home runs. He's driven in 8. Fryman winding his pitch.
A lot of cute girls out here today, Pete.
Strike 1 call.
Shorts and halter tops. A lot of people are missing out.
0-2 the count as Beal fouls the 0-1 pitch back.
Blind man just make a catch with one hand. That had set a record too, wasn't it?
Count goes to 1-2. Now the line and the 1-2 pitch. Low, it's 2-2. Fryman ready now for his 2-2 delivery. Beal swings, bouncing ball again deep in the hole to short. Another nice play by Frias on the first in time. Pepe Frias, a good defensive player.
Yeah, he looks pretty good over there. Little Pepe Frias. What's he from?
Dominican Republic.
A lot of sugars raised down there, isn't it?
I guess.
They raise a lot of cane down there.
Here's Gilbreth over 3. Bounce to third, bounce to the mound, and hit it to the fourth play.
For the Dominican Republic, $22,000 a year is a lot of money. Not hard to see why those guys play baseball. I think they make 50 cents an hour chopping cane. Of course, they don't need much down there. No heat and air conditioners. Nothing. All right, Gilbreth.
There's a base hit to left field by Gilbreth. Hunter gets it back to the infield, and Gilbreth on with a single. Hit number 7 off Woody Fryman. Puts the runner at first with 2 down, and now Joe Nolan. Nolan's 0 for 3 and struck out twice and fly to center.
Our work's really cut out for us now because we have to. Has anyone ever scored 21 runs with 2 outs?
My child's T-ball team did one. There's a stretch in the pitch. Over. 0-1.
The odds against us winning are getting pretty astronomical.
Jimmy the Greek can't even figure this one out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Little fly ball down the left field line. Unforgiving it a chase, but it's going to be foul into the seats.
Looks like it might stay fair and fall right in the corner there for extra bases. But it didn't. But the Braves are still alive. Joe Nolan, count 0-2. Joe wipes his glasses off. Puts them back on, puts his handkerchief in his pocket. Having a little trouble getting it in there. Okay, here he goes. He steps back into the box. Okay, Pete, take it away.
Count 0-2. Here's Fryman's stretch, his pitch. Low, it's 1-2. Woody Fryman has one shutout this year. One out away from his second.
Well, this isn't going to help our team ERA much.
1-2 pitch, hit foul off the plate. Still 1-2 on Joe Nolan. Bottom half of the ninth inning, 2 outs. 19 zip our score.
19.
Now Nolan wants the towel from on-deck hitter Biff Pocoroba, who will pinch hit for Mailer if Nolan keeps the inning going.
I wonder if the Braves tie, now that we're going to have a pinch hitter, he'll come in and pitch the 10th. Nobody's warming up.
That is the ultimate optimist. Having a pitcher in your bullpen when you're 19 runs
warm
down,
up garbage.
2 outs in the ninth inning.
Well, the fans have been understanding. There haven't been too many boos today. They realize with a young team this is going to happen once in a while. Certainly saw a lot of.
There's the 1-2 pitch. It's low to Nolan. Ball 2, 2-2.
Looks like the Heat's finally beginning to get to Fryman. It's just happened a little bit late.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Low in the count, full 3-2.
If you're out there driving, please drive carefully and remember that the State Patrol is enforcing the 55 miles per hour speed limit in Georgia. Probably most everywhere.
Runner goes, the 3-2 pitch, grounded toward first. This should do it. Hutton up with it, makes the unassisted play at first. And that's your ball game. In the ninth for Atlanta, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Final score, Montreal 19, Atlanta nothing. Back with the totals right after this.
General Finance, friendly Bob Adams.
Carrie Potterfield here, Bob, for a home repair loan.
That can be easily arranged, Carrie. Some damage at home?
Yeah, our little Binky is getting kind of playful.
What breed is he?
He's an American buffalo, Bob.
A buffalo?
The wife heard they were an endangered species, so we took one in.
You must have a big house.
You bet. 2 bedrooms.
Is there room for all of you, Carrie?
Oh, sure, unless Binky chases a car. He likes to bring him home, Bob.
I see.
And this morning he was sleeping at the foot of our bed when he hears the milkman.
You sleep with a buffalo.
Binky just ran right out to lick his hand, so we need a loan.
I don't follow.
Binky can't open the door, Bob.
Oh, so he just went right through the right. Well, I'll get to work on your home repair loan, Carrie.
Thanks, Bob. Sit, Binky. No, not there.
When you need financial assistance, General Finance has a plan to fit your needs.
Find out why it makes sense to call General Finance for their person-to-person Bob Adams service. General Finance has the professional experience and the particular plan for your particular need. Call General Finance's friendly Bob Adams to borrow up to $2,500. Call 848-9781.
Well, the Montreal Expos put it all together here this afternoon as they pound out 28 hits in defeating Atlanta 19-0. The totals for Montreal, 19 runs, 28 hits, no errors. The Expos left 11. For Atlanta, no runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and the Braves left 8. Woody Fryman all the way for the shutout victory. He is now 6-7. Losing pitcher Brave starter Tommy Boggs. His record goes to 2-6. Montreal tied a Major League record, hitting 8 home runs in the game. They become only the 7th team in Major League history to do that. Andre Dawson ties a Major League record, hitting 2 home runs in 1 inning. He becomes only the 18th player in Major League history to do that. The home runs for the Expos, Larry Parrish hit 3, Andre Dawson hit 2, Dave Cash hit 1, Tony Perez hit 1, and Chris Spire hit 1. 19-0. Montreal wins it. That's the story of the game. Stay tuned now for the 10th inning show.
You have been listening to Major League Baseball on WJNO, the Atlanta Braves. As part of WJNO's continuing sports coverage year-round, we'll be bringing you selected Atlanta Braves games. Now stand by for a wrap-up of the just completed game and a rundown of other contests around the major leagues on Entertainment Radio, AM 1230 WJNO.
A Moorish castle by the water's edge. Old world service where meals are not merely served, but presented. A hotel and club where there are actually more staff than guests. This summer, you can get away from it all without going far away. 4 championship golf courses, tennis, water sports, and a lot more. It's all right here at the Boca Raton Hotel and Club. But people vacation at Boca Raton for more than what we offer when they're here. They come for how they feel when they leave. Most people remark how they haven't felt so rested and at peace in ages. And it makes sense, because when you get far away from it all, you get a lot closer to yourself. For reservations or more information, call the Boca Raton Hotel and Club, toll-free, 800-432-0150, or contact your travel agent. Several summer rate plans are available. The number again to call is 800-432-0150.
Time now for the 10th inning show on WJNO. A look at today's Atlanta Braves game and a rundown of other games around the National and American Leagues, as well as everything else that's new in the world of baseball.
Hi once again, everyone. Pete Van Weeren back at Atlanta-Fulton County Stadium, where this afternoon it was Montreal afternoon. 19-0. Expos win it, and we will recap the game for you a little later. Let's check other scores first, beginning with the American League. At Yankee Stadium today, the Yankees won the first of a doubleheader, 4-3 over Minnesota, 4-9-1 for New York, 3-6-1 for the Twins. Rich Gossage, the winner, he's 7-9. Mike Marshall, the loser, he's 5-9. Craig Cusick, a home run in that game for Minnesota, his third of the season. Second game at the end of 3, no score. Dave Goltz pitching for Minnesota, Jim Beattie for New York. Texas at Chicago, that's a doubleheader. White Sox won the first game 5-4, 5-11-1 for the White Sox, 4-10-1 for Texas. Laren LeGros, the winner, he's 2-3. Reggie Cleveland, the loser, he's 3-7. In the second game at the end of 1, it's the Rangers won the White Sox 0. Doyle Alexander against Francisco Barrios. Detroit beat Seattle 5-4. Milt Wilcox, the winner, he's 8-8. Glenn Abbott, the loser, he's 4-8. Home runs by Dave Roberts of Seattle is 16th, and Rupert Jones is 4th. In Toronto, it was Milwaukee over the Blue Jays 10-5. Randy Stein, the winner, he's 3-2. Murphy, the loser, he's 4-8. 3 homers in the game, all by Toronto. Bassetti is 4th. Mayberry is 17th. Davis is 5th. One other final, Oakland beat Cleveland 5-4. Former Brave Elias Sosa got the win there. He's now 8-2. Kern, the loser, he's 7-5. Bo Diaz hit his first major league home run in that game for Cleveland. Boston lost again to Kansas City. They came back and won last night, but the Royals back on the winning side this afternoon. 2-1 the final, a 6-hitter for Paul Splittorff.
Baseball.